Hi, ladies. How are you? How are you? How are you, ladies? How is everyone? I'm sorry I'm late. I am on school duty picking up the kid, and it's Hi, Liz. Hi, Susan. Hi, Nancy. Hi, ladies. Can you guys hear me and see me? I'm sorry I'm late. It looks like my thing is buffering. Is it buffering? Oh, you guys, this is ridiculous. It's like not loading or something. Oh my God. Can you guys hear me? Is it buffering for you? Is it buffering? Because it's buffering on my end. This is so ridiculous. Guys, they changed all of the settings on YouTube. They changed the settings. Hi, Carrie. It's not buffering? Okay. Well, for me, it just looks like it's like doing some weird thing. They changed the settings on YouTube. So for me, I am not. Anyway, they changed all the settings and it's not. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me. No buffering. Hi, Vicki. So I told you guys we were going to do some ornaments, and then I went to print out my photos and I had no printer ink. Okay, because that's just how my life rolls these days. All right. So let's make some tags. I had to go pick up my daughter from school, and you know what? The surf is up here, so the traffic is ridiculous. So what should take me maybe an hour round trip took me an hour and a half. So, hi Kayala, hi Joyce, hi Willow, welcome, welcome. Hi Patricia. So we're going to make some tags. We're going to paint some tags, and we'll do our ornaments next week when I can print, when I have printer ink. It was like, I went to print out. I'm still doing my crazy calamari. So I'm doing my crazy calamari, and then I went to print my stuff. I had no printer ink, so it's just how my life rolls these days, but it's okay. So what we're going to do is paint some tags. Hi, Luana. If you guys have any problems, let me know, because it's doing something weird on my end. Like, I don't know. If you guys can see in here, fine, great, because I can't. For me, all I can do is see that it's doing something. So if you guys have issues, let me know, all right? Because, like, on the OBS is fine, the recording part's fine, but with the part where I view it in YouTube, it is just going around and around in circles and the picture stuck. So I can't see myself. So I can see myself. So if you guys have issues, yell at me in all caps. Okay, so how many of you guys have had a good day since yesterday? Did you make a bunch of library pockets, or was it just me and my crazy library pocket moment? I just peeled a tag off my elbow. I did peel a tag off my elbow because you know what? I was painting them. I was gessoing them. So I'm going to work on food packaging tags, you guys. I'm going to work on journaling tags. So these are the tags that I cut from food packaging. And then I gessoed mine because you don't have to. You can use acrylic paint or whatever, but I had some gesso and I used a credit card and I spread it on, and I did a little, you bought a tag punch? Oh, good for you, Nancy. Awesome. Anything you can do to make your life easier is good. Now, the backs may get paint on them. It's okay. You can cover them with paper, a brown paper bag. Oh, hi, Jan. Oh, good for you. Hi, Scotty. Hi, Kim. Hi, Nalisha. If you guys are having live streaming issues, or if I'm having live streaming issues and I don't know it, you guys let me know. You know, they've changed the configuration for YouTube, and I don't know what it is. Can I tell you? It is not, even from yesterday, Like, it doesn't, I don't know, you guys. Usually I can see all kinds of stuff, but I can't right now. So get out your packaging if you want to make some packaging tags. If you guys are not into recycling like I am, you can make these out of anything, okay? We're just going to paint and maybe collage on some packaging tags. Let me just see if I can fix something. Hi, Edna. Happy you're here. Happy you're here. Just trying to move it over so I can see the chat, and I don't know, it's still frozen on my end, so what do I know? Hi Kiki. Hi KK. Karen. Hi Karen. Awesome. So are you guys having a good day, I hope, because today has been, we are still calamarying. Oh no, you rinsed your back, Luana? That's not good. That is so not good. Hi, Kathy. Well, we're happy to have you. Welcome. All right, all you lurkers, say hey. Okay. I literally walked in right when I got myself on YouTube. That is how I was like, you know, for no rhyme or reason. Okay, so when the whales are jumping, the traffic's bad. Because everybody, it's like I told you guys, a one lane in, one lane out situation. So when the whales are jumping, it's bad. It's got something. Always got something. Always something here. There's never a dull moment. That's all I can tell you. Always something here. So if you guys want to get out some painty papers, you can add painty papers to your tags. I have a little Japanese writing book I can add to my tags. I was looking over here to see what other things I have. I also have my tiny jelly plate. I might use that a little bit. You guys can, I also got just some collage bits from, you guys know me and my collage bits. I gotta have collage bits. If I don't have collage bits, I can't make tags. I can use it to start, what can I use to start a fire? I missed it. So, get your painty papers. Is everybody having a good Aloha Friday? That's what we call it here. Aloha Friday. So, and you got to get your little painting palettes out. And you guys know me, I like to use my coffee lids. Hi, Susan. Cotton out of the vitamin bottles. You're going to start a fire with cotton out of the vitamin bottles. Is that what you're saying, Luana? So today is, somebody asked me what paintbrushes I use, or they accuse me saying I don't use paintbrushes. I like to paint with a credit card when I can, but I like these really super cheap ones. You can buy like 25 of them at a big box store for $5. So this is what I use, 25, and then, you know, they last a good long while if you wash them out. And then you can, you know, if you wash them out, they last a good long time, and I like them. They give you lots of various sizes, and no, they're not natural. They're all synthetic. You know, one natural hairbrush would be more than $5. You heard it was hot here in San Francisco. It was 106 in San Francisco. That's crazy. 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 Hi, Pat. Howdy. All right. I am going to paint, and I just do a little bit of background painting on these. And I am going to use like a neutral color, but you guys use whatever you want. And then I'm going to put painty papers, and then I think I might collage too. So we're still in the middle of our calamari, and although at times it feels like it's like the never-ending gift of constantly purging, right? But then now we're like into the deep purging, which I wasn't even planning on. You know, like when you're not expecting to do something, but it just organically happens. Do any of you have that? Or is it just me? And I'm telling you, like, we're like going through like closets and cubbies and stuff in our garage that some of the stuff I think was left by the people that lived here before us. I don't recognize it, and Lottie doesn't recognize it, so. What? Hi, Catherine. It was an all-time high record for San Francisco. San Francisco is usually cold. I used to go to San Francisco all the time, and it was never hot. I don't think it was ever warm. So I think I'm gonna paint on these, and then I'm gonna collage on them, I think, and then maybe, I don't know if I'm gonna spray ink on them, I haven't decided. That's crazy. You know, the weather is unpredictable. Somebody was telling me when I was driving home, I was talking to one of my friends in Texas, and she was telling me there's another storm out in the Gulf. And you know what? That, for me, that makes me like really sad and worried for everyone, right? If you guys have your paper napkins, you could do some paper napkin decoupage too if you wanted. For those of you that want to do a little paper napkin, I may get up and go get some of the white parts of my napkin and do some stamping so I can do some. And so tell me, it's wet and you're where, Beth? How are you, Beth? That is not even Charlie, you guys. Charlie is outside. Charlie went with me to pick up my daughter from school. Charlie lives right in the car. And I asked him, before we could even get out of the car, the kids were already outside yelling. So my daughter took Charlie, and she is out. The dogs you hear barking are my neighbors. I told you the neighbor that told us about, please have the birds stop pooping in my yard. I told you guys that story. I told you the story that we have this tree, and it grows. Our house is sort of like on an incline, like going up a hill. So our neighbor below us or right behind us is down, you know, lower than we are. We have a tree, and the tree extends over our fence. It's a big, huge, beautiful tree. You know, it's beautiful limbs and branches. And she wants us to cut the, you know, she's claiming the air rights because she wants us to cut the tree down. And we're like, no, it provides shade and whatever. So it's not a young tree. And she was like, well, she didn't want the tree because the birds that roost in the tree are pooping in her yard. And she wanted us to, she wanted me, she thinks that we have control over the birds pooping in her yard. So that's whose dogs are barking. I should tell her if she can control her dog's barking, I can control the poop in her yard, right? Of the birds in nature. You're in Daytona? Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know you were in Daytona. It's cool and raining on the east. Well, it's really hot here, and that's not normally this hot. But at least on the side of the island I'm living on, it is really hot. In Texas, Helen. Hi, Helen. Helen says in Texas it's feast or famine. Your underwater restrictions or your furniture's floating. I know, Helen, right? Did everything happen? Were you okay, Helen, during the storm? Yes, I am the bird whisperer, Alicia. I'm totally I'm the bird whisperer and the weed whisperer, like, right? I can keep weeds from growing in your yard. I mean, seriously. That was at our other house. They were like, oh no, it was at this house. Oh my gosh, the same lady. Okay, because, oh, this is brilliant. So we used to have a gardening service come. We don't have them anymore. We just do it all ourselves now. But we used to have a gardening service come. And they would cut the lawn, and she would say she was upset because the seeds from the weeds would blow into her yard. Like we were controlling the wind, right? And controlling, you know, it rains here and then the weeds grow. And so she was complaining that, you know, the weeds were, that we were blowing the weed seeds to the weeds in her yard. Okay? Same lady. You guys get the picture, right? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So how many of you enjoy making tags? I adore making tags. I love tags. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's just because it's like an index card or something. It's a small piece of art that you can make. If I didn't say hi to you guys, talk to me in caps, okay? And all you lurkers out there, say hi. Say howdy. And tell me what you guys have planned for the weekend. Do any of you guys have any big Labor Day weekend plans? Does anyone? Anyone? Hi, Sherry. Hi, MB. You love making tags? You've never made tags, Anne? Oh my gosh, they're like addictive, okay? Tags are like, do I do any sort of crafting that is not addictive? I don't think so. Tags are addictive. I don't know if it's because they're just small art, you know, and it's just like you can spend a little bit of time and make a lot, or honestly, I don't know. I don't know what my personal obsession with tags is, but I like them. So that's not my dog barking, you guys. Charlie only barks when she is like, when somebody drives up to our house or that sort of thing. But the dog you hear barking barks incessantly all the time. I mean, it's ridiculous. The dog barks, I think, at the wind. What will you be doing this weekend, Anne? I missed it. Repeat what you said you would be doing. You're cleaning and crafting, Kim. Good for you. Okay, Nancy, we'll see you when you come back. Hi, Samantha. You're cleaning? Is that what you're doing too? Oh, please. You guys, it's been so hot, and we have been, all over the neighbor with the bananas, and, because we had all those banana leaves in our yard, and then we hired a truck, and so then that just started everything even worse. And like, we couldn't get the truck, we could only get the truck for a 4-day minimum to rent a truck. It wasn't expensive, but still. So we've been trying to. This one, Jan, this tag I made with a die, but this is a very easy rectangle shape. If you had a regular standard hole punch, right, you could just cut a rectangle, cut the little notches in the end, and put a regular standard hole punch on the top. But mine are, here's my dried out gesso from earlier. I was trying before, I knew that I would be cutting it close coming back. So I was trying to get some tags prepped so that I would have some blanks to work on. So I had all this gesso. I painted with a credit card, which is somewhere on this little tiny desk, this little tiny card table. But you can cut them by hand. What did Jan just ask? I missed it, you guys. I wasn't looking up. Okay, what are the questions? Ask them again. Can somebody repeat them again? I'm sorry, I was looking down. When I was painting, I was looking down. Sorry. Ask the questions again, and I'll watch the screen. What are the questions? What are the questions? I missed them. And what did I do, you guys? What did I do with mine? I answered it. Oh, okay. I'm sorry because I didn't. You guys, it's a delay for you guys. I'm talking and then. You got some calamari done today, Carrie? Woohoo! Okay, so you can cut anything by hand. And you know what? It's fun. It's like you could actually decoratively cut the top. If you have any of those decorative scissors, do any of you guys own any of those, you know what I'm talking about? They're, they have like funky ridges on them. If you own any of those funky ridge scissors, those are like really great. You can cut them all different ways. I was looking for my credit card, you guys. I'm telling you, this is what happens. I get like so, I was like, I was cleaning out the garage with Toddy and loading up stuff to go to the dump and cleaning out the mess. And then I said, oh, let me sit down and gesso some tags. Well, no, then I tried to print and that didn't work. So then I was like, oh, let me sit down and gesso some tags. I don't know what I do with the gift card. You guys, I have them. This desk is okay, I want to tell you, this little space is maybe, it's this what you see here, and it's like maybe 2 inches more on either side. It's not like some big, huge space, but I can manage to, and I didn't go anywhere, so I can manage to lose like all of it in my little space. Is that not the most ridiculous thing? How could I possibly use the card I was using right before I left? Oh my God, you guys, seriously. It's like, I think I would lose my head if it wasn't screwed on right now. Right, I'm gonna move these tags over here and maybe my credit card will show up. It's so silly, you guys. I didn't move it. I didn't go anywhere. You're excited to what? What did you say, Samantha? Oh, what do I use my tags for? I journal on the back of them, or make them as pieces of art. You can put them with, you can add them to any sort of journal that you have. You can write on the back. Yes, of course I make handmade tags and give them with gifts and stuff like that. But I also besides that, I also use them in art. Dude, you know what? Girls, don't get hung up on everything having to have a purpose. Please. You can journal for no reason. You can make art for no reason. You know what? That's when you really know it's art, is when it's for no reason. Art doesn't have to have a purpose. So I want you guys all to let that go. You know, you do it for the art of self-expression. You do it for the art of, I still can't find my damn credit card. You guys, I have like 5 of them, and they're right here. Oh, good, I found one. Okay, right in front of me. See, I told you I'm blind. The true meaning or idea of art is just for the simple pleasure of making it. It's not because it has any real purpose at all. Okay? So I want you guys to let go of that and just enjoy the creation process, right? And that's why if you take the burden of having to make it perfect or having to make it for a specific reason off the table, you'll enjoy it a whole lot more. Just for the experimentation of it, just for the relaxation of it. Okay? So you don't have to make art for any reason. Art actually has no purpose. Just sheer enjoyment or self-expression. There's no reason for it. You don't have to have a reason for any of it. Okay? What did you say, Kathy? Question to anyone who can help. Thanks in advance. I'm new. Okay, what was the question? Did I miss the question? Are these ATCs? No, these are just tags. Welcome, Malia. We're happy you're here. Hi, Laura. Journaling. How do I send Happy Mail? Happy Mail to where? Like, or what is Happy Mail, or how do you send it? Explain to me what's the how part. Stick it in an envelope and send it. I mean, there's no like how. If you wanted to send somebody Happy Mail, there's 2 kinds of mail. Okay, one of them is called like random acts of kindness, which is when you just like send something to someone unexpectedly without ever expecting anything in return, right? And then there's like, Happy Mail can be that too, right? Happy Mail is anything that makes you happy, right? But also Happy Mail could be like an exchange of mail. So you could like say to somebody, you know, I've made all these tags, these blank tags, and somebody doesn't have a die cutting machine that says, oh, I want them. And then you can say, okay, well, I'll trade you for something else. Hi, Laura. Yeah, but some people also consider Happy Mail like when they've ordered something and they got it in the mail. You know, like I've heard Happy Mail called a bunch of different things, but my understanding of Happy Mail or that type of thing is, you know, from my standpoint is mail. If you're going to send somebody Happy Mail, you're not expecting anything. I mean, you're going to send somebody like a RAK, a random act of kindness, an RAK. You're not expecting anything in return. And it can also be called Happy Meal. But most people, I think, especially in groups, I may be wrong, so you guys can correct me, think that Happy Meal is more like an exchange, right? So if you go over, Kathy, and you join our Facebook group, we have a Facebook group called Crafting Mamas, and there's a rack list, an R-A-K list on there, and you could pick somebody from there and send it to them if you wanted. Or if once you join the group, you personal message somebody and say, hey, you know, I live in wherever you live, and we have a lot of whatever, and would you like some of that? You know? Yeah, like all these tags I'm making, hopefully I'm going to send them out to you guys in the near future. All the people that are in the Facebook group, because I have your addresses there, right? For the people that want to get Happy Meal. Or people that are participating. But my only thing in our group is that if you're going to participate in that group and you're going to put your name on the list, that you also have to be willing to send out. It's not about just like receiving mail. It has to be a two-way street. So if you have no intention of ever sending anybody anything, and what you send doesn't have to be like some, you know, it can be a 49-cent stamped envelope with whatever you've put inside of it, right? Die cuts, travel map, whatever fits in a 49-cent envelope. But if you have no intention of sending anyone anything, don't put your name on the list, because it's not fair. You know what I mean? Well, and that's what I thought Happy Meal was. It was an agreed upon exchange, but it does make you happy when you get a rack in the mail too. But I was in a group, and this one lady wrote something like, I'm feeling jealous. Would somebody send me Happy Meal? And I said to her, you know, my understanding of Happy Meal is it's an exchange. So if you want to trade something, I'm certainly willing, you know, there's people that are willing to trade something with you. But to just go into a random group and say, send me mail, that just seems like just odd, you know? So I'm just these are gonna be my base coat for my next step but you know, everybody's got their own thing. But you know, join the Facebook group, Kathy, and then, you know, put your name on the rack list. And you know, like one lady in it, like Diana in our group, she has a die cutting machine, and she has all these packages like I do, like, you know, whatever, pizza boxes and different things. And she put her name on, she asked in the group if anybody wanted to receive, if anyone that didn't have a die cutting machine would like to have tags. And she's mailed out a bunch of tags to a bunch of people that didn't have any dies. Now, she didn't ask for anything in return, but I'm certainly sure if you sent her some cool things that you had in your stash, she would appreciate it. But it's not, you know, it's not a rack. When you send a rack, it's not necessary. You're not necessarily asking somebody to send you something in return. Hi, Bet. Hi, Noni. How are you? What's going on with you, Noni? How's your grandma, Noni? Is she good, I hope? Love your grandma. So, some of you guys asked me the other day, what's the difference, or Brenda asked me the other day, and I want to show you right now. Let me find one of them okay, so these Lindy Stamp Gang inks that I like, sprays that I like, there's a bunch of different kinds. How's your wrist, Noni? Oh no, did you hurt your wrist too, Noni? I thought it was Anne that hurt her wrist. Noni, you hurt yours too? So this is probably not the best color to show you in. Let me see here. So they come in a couple of different kinds. They come in this one, which is called Starburst sprays, and then they come in something called Flat Fabio. And remember, we were all like laughing about Flat Fabio. And I wanted to show you the difference. The Starburst sprays have a sheen to them, and the Flat Fabio is flat. The color doesn't have the mica bits in it. Okay, so it's not dry yet. So let me just spray some on here, and then I'll get out my man gun, Noni says she's trying to get people back to work. I can imagine your grandmother's having a problem with pain. Oh no. Your wrist is fine. Oh. Well, you give your grandma our love, and I'm glad she's got somebody wonderful taking care of her. Okay, I'm just turning on my man gun, you guys. Okay, I want you guys to look at this. Now you can see. I'm sorry if I'm missing your chat. Okay, so this one is the Starburst one, and can you see the sheen in it, the shimmer? And this is the one that's called Flat Fabio. It's pigment, but it doesn't have any mica. It doesn't have that iridescence. See, so you can see the iridescence in this one, and there's no iridescence. So that's the difference between, I mean, obviously the color, but the Flat Fabio is the ones that don't have any mica in them. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like kind of got my glue. I did some stamping on those napkins, and I think I'm going to use these pieces. You can see the sheen and the flat. It's cool. Edna, you have vertigo? I can tell you I've experienced it. It is definitely, it is a wild ride. Vertigo. I completely understand. I hope you feel better. I mean, I completely get it. So for those of you that save your napkin layers, I've stamped on some, and I'm just gonna cut them, and these scissors are really dull. Because I'm the worst person on scissors. I think I have a lot of different pairs of scissors, and I do try to sharpen them, but I do have a pair that are just fabric only, but then the rest of them are free-for-all. Oh no, Carrie, that's awful. Oh no, are you okay? Oh, Edna, we're sending you love. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. So did any of you guys do Labor Day picnics? I mean, you know, it seems like all that picnicky food is like really cheap right now. Does anybody do Labor Day picnics? I'm using glue stick to put my napkin down, you guys. You guys use whatever you like, but I actually like using glue stick. You can go back over it and put it after you've got all your collage pieces down. You could put your I might use these pages. If you wanted to seal it with some acrylic sealer or Mod Podge or something, you could. But hi, Patricia. How are you? You used to go camping when your kids were home? I bet that was fun. Carrie, I do. I hope you feel better too. That's not good. Close encounter. You're babysitting, Kim? Hey, good for you. So if you guys collect book pages like I do, I'm like an avid book page collector. Is anybody besides me like to collect book pages? Does anyone else besides me collect all their crazy book pages? No, the one I read that she fell in the garden. I read that. Thanks. I read she fell in the garden, but I hope she feels better all the same. Close Encounters of any kind at this point, with all the stuff that's been going on in the universe, I think it's like we could all use a little break from it right now. Don't you? Wouldn't you girls agree? Wouldn't you girls agree that we could all use a little break from like whatever's going on? The universe is kind of like scolding all of us in many ways, saying, I don't know, saying, enjoy what you have and be grateful for the moment. I mean, what's fun about these is, and I think it's the same with ATCs, and I think it's the same with the index thing, you know, making iCads a day, is that they're just little mini snippets of art, and you can do anything and have anything on it. Montana is having wildfires and asking for prayers. Well, of course, we send everyone prayers, and we're definitely sending prayers to those in need right now. Are any of you guys from Montana? Or have family from Montana? I think right now we're all going through a lot of different changes, and it feels a little scary for everyone, right? You're going to an all-day sew in your local quilt shop? Oh, that'll be fun! Oh, Helen, that's awesome! That is awesome. Noni says she's going to a crop till midnight at your local store. Oh, Noni. That's... You're in North Central Montana, Lori? Yeah, the smoke is horrible. It is scary times. That's why it's really good that you guys find your crafty best friends and hang on. Hang on for the ride. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Scotty. Hi, Sarita. You know, the other thing, though, I want to talk to you girls about is turn your television off, please. Stop watching all of it, okay? If watching really bad things was going to get all of us to doing something better, I would say watch it all the time. But I honestly don't think watching all the bad stuff is helpful in any way. I think it just keeps you it keeps you feeling helpless, right? I'm not saying don't watch it occasionally, but don't make it your whole world. You know, don't let it influence your living patterns and make you feel like you're like trapped. So please turn your TVs off and do something. Craft, have friends, get a hold of your crafty best friends, start chatting them up. You know, like do something active, get out, do something. You know, especially if you're like people in areas like in Houston, we all have friends there. Like my cousin, I talked with her yesterday, and you know, her house was totaled. We're from that little tiny town called Dickinson. Well, it's not super tiny, but it's not big. And she lost everything, literally everything. And she had 16 people show up at her house yesterday to help her, and they had to tear her house down to the studs because of all the mold. And you know, they did it, and she's like in a really good space for herself. Like she could totally be down in the dump. She could be Debbie Downer, and nobody would blame her. But you know, like what's the point? So I can't encourage you guys enough to turn that propaganda off. I'm not saying that it's not real, but it's not making you feel better, and it definitely puts a lot of people into a hopeless state. Turn it off and do something. Do something. Be active. Meet somebody. Go have coffee. Do something that's going to get you out of your comfort zone. You know, don't hang on to it. What did you say, Melisha? Yeah, don't watch TV. Can I tell you guys, I lived in New York City during 9/11. If I had watched the television during 9/11, I would have been immobilized. I would have, and I was there. But I'm just saying, like, so I'm just telling you guys, first of all, don't believe everything that you see. Realize all that stuff is sensational. And not that it hasn't happened, but think about this. When you're really in the throes of it, you're not wallowing in it. You're just in survival mode. And if you stop to wallow in it, it doesn't make it better for you, and it doesn't make it better for anyone else, right? So anyone that's actually in the throes of it is not wallowing. They are like trying to figure out like how to get out, what to do, trying to make themselves better, trying to get themselves motivated, right? Because who wants to stay in that funk? Nobody does. Nobody wants to stay in that funk. You know, nobody wants to stay in that funk. So all I'm saying to you is that if the people that are in there and living it are not sitting around going, woe is me, why would we be? And how does that collectively, as a collective consciousness, help anyone? Bad negative thoughts, sad thoughts, they don't help anyone get out of it. So if you're watching that television all the time and you're not feeling better, if it makes you feel better, great. But if it's not bringing you joy, it's the same as the Konmari, man. If it doesn't spark joy, don't do it. Do not do it. That's my vote. Okay, you heard my 2 cents. I've lived through some of the worst tragedies ever, and I will say that for me personally, I can't wallow. Wallowing doesn't make me feel better. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. I loved that lady. Wasn't she so funny? I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. So now, you know what? If you could just find your way to making yourself feel better, whatever that is, watching a funny movie, laughing, crafting, making silly tags for no reason, that maybe you'll send out in the mail to your friends that might need a boost. You know, just saying, hey, I'm thinking of you, or just making art for no reason. You'll feel better, and everyone around you will feel better too. You know? I loved that lady. Ain't nobody got time for that. You're right. You're right, Scotty. Ain't nobody got time for that. Didn't they make her like a YouTube sensation after all that? Like, you know, wasn't she like a YouTube? She was like a YouTube star after all that. Melissa, good for you that you can't watch it. I'm sorry that you've been gone through something traumatic, but I'm glad that you're not watching it. I'm not watching it either. I am absolutely sending all the love and all the light that I can, all the comforting thoughts and ideas and feelings to the Gulf, and to you in Montana, Lori, and then to anyone that needs comfort in this time. But if getting caught up in some sensational like crap was gonna like change everything, we would have done it a long time ago, because you know we're the queens and kings of that in this country. Whatever you know, whatever sensational thing you can get going, we're all for that here. You know, and so I'm just saying, if you guys can find your way not to focus on a negative thing and find your way into finding, you know, something positive out of it, whatever that is for you. I mean, there's no right or wrong. Your positive may not be somebody else's positive, right? But find your way, find yourself in a place to like feel something positive. Hi, Kathy, how are you? You know, so I was like, you guys know my junk that I've been doing, and so I was kind of like going through it, and today I was really going through it, okay? Because I couldn't, because after like loading up all the stuff and doing all the stuff and then going to and taking on whatever and then in the yard and it was hot and whatever I was doing, I had a moment that I was like, oh, maybe I'll just cancel this live stream today, because I can't even get myself together to get the, you know, the pictures. I mean, yeah, I couldn't even download any photographs. So I was just like really bumming. So I got this email from one of you, which I have to say I appreciate, and she just said to me, oh, I missed you, because I live streamed impromptu yesterday. She goes, oh, I missed you yesterday. Please don't cancel tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been having a really rough time. And although I don't talk during the streams, I just want you to know that I'm here. And I want you to know how much all you ladies mean to me. And how much you coming on and spending time crafting, making painty papers has really brought so much joy to my life. And I really need it tomorrow. So if you were thinking about canceling, please don't. Because I need it. So I'm not going to say who sent me the email because you said that you don't really participate during the chats. But I wanted to say thanks because you know what? I was having my own struggle. I was going through my own moment today, trying to do my own life, which compared to most of you or compared to those of you that are going through whatever you're going through may seem like mine may seem really silly. But you know, I was thinking, oh, I streamed yesterday. I probably don't have to stream today. I can, you know, I was having my own overwhelm moment. So finding someone and something that makes you feel better is awesome. And finding your happy place and your crafty friends is even better. So thanks for pushing me out of my comfort zone. Because honestly, I was having my own moment. So we have to be here to lift each other up, girls. Lift each other up. You like my tags? Thanks, Carrie. They're kind of random. Aren't they kind of weird and random? You guys, I make art like a stream of consciousness. I don't really think about it. I try not to if I'm thinking, then I feel like I'm not making. Does that make sense? So when it comes to these, and I don't feel intimidated because it's not some big canvas. So if you guys have ever wanted to do mixed media, try it. This is such a small little way that you can do it. You know, this little tiny, and everybody has a cereal box or something like it, a cracker box, a cereal box, something, don't you? Doesn't everybody have something like that? A cracker box or a cereal box or fun calamari? You're watching Disjointed on Netflix. I haven't seen Disjointed. Is it good, Noni? Okay, I'm watching now. I watched, I told you guys I was watching that series. What was it? And it got kind of weird. And I didn't watch it so insanely intense, but I was watching, oh my gosh. You guys, what was it? I told you it was on Showtime, and it was with it's like the spy series. Anyway, I watched that. Now I'm watching Billionaire. Have you watched Billionaire? Has anybody watched that? On Showtime. You cut all yours up today? What did you cut up today? You cut up all your cereal boxes, Cassandra? How are you, Cassandra? I'm happy to see you. Beth says if she misses a live chat, she watches a video and she always sees what I'm doing. And you're addicted to mixed media. And I laugh. Oh my God, Beth, I'm sorry. Who was it that was telling me I was snorting when you guys was like, oh, your snorting is so funny. I was like, oh my God, I snort? I don't even know I snort. It's like, so you guys know me. I'm like, I can't help myself. I'm as weird as it gets. It's all good. I can hang with my weird self. I'm wondering if I can find that flat Fabio. My flat Fabio. Pat says she is up for nature's call. LOL, Shelly and ladies. What? You keep me company? Oh, and I knew I would have your company to keep me doing. Doctors ordered you to stay to lay down. Oh. The MRI, you're having an MRI and it's harder because of the dye, Pat. Oh, we're sending you some love. I missed what you said. Lily went back. Oh, you've been sick, Mildred? We've missed you, Mildred. I like that song too, Joyce. You lift me up, but I like Josh Groban. Oh, Edna, me too. I am addicted to English and Irish. I'm addicted to those things, those types of detective things too. Mildred, I'm sorry. You gotta go, Lily. All right, Lily, we love you. See you soon. Mildred, we're sending you love. I've been thinking about you, Mildred, because I was actually contemplating working on my damn shabby chic journal. And I was thinking about you, Mildred. I was like, Mildred's waiting on me to finish my shabby chic journal. It's like sitting over here in the corner looking at me, Mildred. You're a snorter too, Trish? I can't help it. I didn't even know it was a snorter. Cassandra said she's trying to use up a pad of paper, so she cut up a cereal box to make a pretty Grinch book. Awesome, Cassandra. Well, I think that's fabulous. Good for you. Good for you. So what I did do is I was cleaning up my garage and I found a bunch of stuff that I haven't used in a long time. Mildred, I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking Mildred's been waiting on me to finish my journal. Mildred's waiting. Mildred's gonna send me a message soon and say, girl, where is your journal? Why haven't you finished it? So, oh no, Pat. Pat, we love you and we're so happy you're here with us and we're always here for you. Pat, are you part of our Facebook group? If you're not, can you go over and join it and put your address in the rack, in the random act of kindness, and when I finish my tags, I'll send you one. My plan was to send everybody on the list one, but I've gotten a little caught up. I've got a bunch done, just haven't gotten them in the mail. I've got my own. You guys, if I told you what's been going on with me, you'd be like, sister, you need to take a pez. Okay, how did I possibly lose my, guys, I think I'm going crazy. Hi, Marcy. Your mini branch weaving? Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. Pat, we're all sending you some love. I will have to watch Disjointed. I haven't watched it. Guys, I'm always up for a new TV series. I put it on in the background. It just can't be one that you have to like watch all the time. You know what I mean? Like stay like if you look away for 5 minutes that it's like gone off in another direction and you can't even catch yourself back up. Because I have to multitask while I watch a show. I can't just watch a show. So oh, you found journals that were a steal, Lily? Oh, I'm happy for you. Good for you, Mama. That's awesome. How's your dog, Lily? How's your pup? How's your pup and pup? Well, I'm glad that you found some journals that were not so crazy expensive. My vote is make your own. You know me. I'm not totally cheap, but kind of. Pat, we're all sending you hugs. Melisha says she guesses she'll be watching Disjointed this weekend. I'm liking Billionaire. I like that show. You haven't joined yet, but you're going to? Okay. Pat, we're all good with it. Whatever you do, we're perfect. We just want you to know that we love you and that we're thinking of you and we're sending you good thoughts. The same way we're sending Lori some peaceful healing thoughts in Montana. And we're sending all of our friends in Texas, you know, thoughts of recovery and release and out with the old, in with the new, right? We're sending you the same thing, Pat. We love you, and we want you to be okay. We want everything to be okay for you. And I'm sorry that you're having so many physical struggles. You know, some days, ladies, you just go, what is up with this life, right? I know I have that thought sometimes. Is our lovely Fee here? Is Miss Fiona here and I missed her? Hi, Marcy. Marcy says it feels like autumn in South Africa and she's inspired to commune with nature. Ah, that's why you're branch weaving? Oh, that's awesome. I have to agree with you, Mildred. It is addictive to make junk journals. You guys, and you don't have to make them for any reason. You can just enjoy making them for yourself. You can enjoy making the journals for yourself for no reason. And you don't have to write on them if you don't want to. And if you want to, great. And you could also draw on them, or you can paint in them, or you can just fill in with these tags that you've made. Hi, Kathy. You got your junk journal cover started. Now you got to do your painty papers. Painty papers are so... Oh, no, you're Marcy from Iowa. Oh, sorry, Marcy. We do have a couple of Marcys. Marcy from Iowa feels like spring. Feels like autumn. Well, I'm happy for you, Marcy. It's hot as anything here. It's hot where it's hot in South Africa, Sarita. Oh, no. Hi, Renee. Hi, Wendy. Happy to see you. I wanted to tell you I watched your video of your anniversary, and it looked awesome in that cabin. I loved it. And I love that your husband was grilling for you, Mama. I thought that was excellent. I'm addicted to junk journals for no reason, you guys. For no reason. I don't know. Can somebody explain to me the addiction to junk journals? If you guys can explain to me the addiction to junk journals, I mean, I'm definitely addicted to junk journals, and I don't even know why. Okay, no particular reason. Okay, I'm liking those two so far. This one's okay. I'm liking the color palette. I'm liking that. I'm gonna do some more paint. I'm gonna find some paper, some more bits. Okay, this one, what was I gonna do? Is this one the one? Maybe this was what I was thinking. What, Scotty? What did we miss? What did I miss? It looked awesome, Wendy. I thought it was so sweet. Okay, what's your confession, Scotty? Tell us your confession. Hi, Stitchin' by the River Studio. Tell us your first name. It comes the junk. It can see, yes. Oh, I saved some really cool envelopes today, Samantha. I'm right there with you. Junk journals do sound great, Marcy. They do crunch. Bye, Nalisha. Nalisha, I'm sending you so much love, and I'm so happy you were here. You know, I'm so happy. And thanks for posting your really cool stuff in the Facebook group. I'm enjoying your artwork. Bye, Arlena. Thank you for coming. Your first name is Lola? I love that name, Lola. That's a fabulous name, Lola. Okay, so Scotty has amassed enough supplies for all of Arkansas to make junk journals. That's your confession, Scotty? Are you inviting us all to your house to make journals? We want to come and make journals with you. Oh, Noni, you do medical missions in Africa? Oh my gosh, outside of Nairobi? That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Welcome, Lola. We're happy you're here. We are very happy you're here. We're happy you've decided to join us. We are a fun group of ladies, as our lovely Michelle calls us. Hello, ladies. We are a fun group of ladies. Scotty, we're ready. We're ready to come. We are ready. We can come, we can have our, we can do our, we can have our junk journaling retreat at Scotty, your new porch looks amazing. So maybe you made your new porch so we could all come and journal with you on your porch. It looks really nice. And for those of you that haven't joined our Facebook group, jump on over. Crafting Mamas on Facebook, fun group of ladies, and it is fun. Fun, fun, fun. Anne's packing her bag, Scotty. Why can't you do what? Make your junk journals? We'll just start small. Do one of those little 10-page ones like I made with you guys a couple of weeks ago. Those are like, that's like the funnest way to start, you know? Do a 10-pager. Like we could do a 10-pager today. I just want to get a little bit more done on my tags, but we could do a 10-pager today. Hey, Lisa. Scotty, you're going to be with Vicki. I mean, you're going to be with Rosemary and Vicki and Shannon Green. I am so jealous. You've never made a junk journal? Oh my God, Scotty. You're going to be out of your mind. You are going to be out of your mind. It is so fun. So fun. I love making junk journals. I don't know why, but I do. And they are addictive and they are fun. They are fun. They are really fun. And you can make them a bunch of different ways. I mean, you can make them like an altered book where you just take out some of the pages and add some stuff to it, you know, and add some other pages in and that sort of thing. That's fun. Or you can do them like we've been doing them where you take an envelope and make the cover, or a book cover and make the cover, or a cereal box and make the cover. Those are fun too. Those are super fun. You guys, it's like really fun. It's addictive, I think, to make a junk journal. I'm so jealous too, Kayla. I'm so happy for her. I'm happy, 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 happy for you. You don't have enough junk yet, Vicki? Oh my goodness. Giddy up, that's for sure. I agree. Shannon Green is awesome. She is so awesome. Don't you feel like you know her? Don't you feel like she's your total BFF? I love Shannon Green. I love Shannon Green. I like Shannon Green a lot. I don't know if I like that there. Shannon lives 30 minutes north of you, and Rosemary lives in Fort Smith, where your son is, 1 hour south. Oh, how fun! Susan says, forget it, Anne. Save the horse and ride a cowboy. You're terrible, Susan. You're 3 hours away, Kayla. Are you going? Yes, Mildred, I painted my tags with gesso. These are painted. These are like, I don't know what. This was a cake box, I think. Painted it with gesso and a credit card. Can you tell? And then I painted it. Then I went back over some of them because it didn't really cover up enough. And I painted it with cheap acrylic paint. And then some of them have paint on them, and some of them have those sprays. You know my obsession with those Lindy's sprays. I can't help it. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with them. They're like, it's like ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. You guys are so funny. You know, I think they're going to do a lot of classes, Kayla. Yes, I had my elbow in gesso. I do. You know what? You guys didn't see me before I got back. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to see if I can fix my computer. All right, you lurkers, say hi. Say hi, lurkers. Say hi. You guys, these are just meant to be fun. It's not about the pretty. It's about the fun. It's about the F-U-N fun. You guys are so funny. Thanks, Carrie. So it's about the fun, you guys. So get out your whatever you have. You don't have to have what I have. I mean, I've got napkins. I mean, that's what I'm putting on my thing, girls. It's got napkins. It's got Using a little napkin action there, the little white parts of the napkin that I stamped. And then I'm gonna burnish it down. Hi, Miss Grizzle. Yeah, you guys, you drop in every Tuesday and craft and chat. Is that what you do, Scotty, or no? Who are you telling to do that? Kayla? Yeah, they do have like some sort of event at Canvas Corp Brands, and Shannon does it, right? She's in charge of it. Craft and chat. What is ridiculous has become your lifestyle? Ridiculous is my lifestyle. Oh, thanks, Pat. Yeah, if you guys give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. I appreciate it. Somebody asked me yesterday, what does a thumbs up do? And a thumbs up, what a thumbs up does is it lets you know, if you look it up on Google, it lets you know that the people that are watching are not a bot. And it gives YouTube, when you get more likes, YouTube, or even dislikes, I think work the same way, but maybe it doesn't, I don't know. I think it's just any attention that your channel gets. What happens is that then they like promote you maybe a little bit more. Like they'll put you in the watch this list. Hi, Mary. Did somebody hit the thumbs down? Susan, it happens all the time. You gotta let it go. So, you know what I told you about that? I told you guys about that lady, right? That wrote me. I shouldn't have deleted her comment. You guys should have seen it. It was just ridiculous. So she wrote me this comment. This is before I did live streams. She wrote me this comment that I only had thumbs up. Now, I wasn't looking at it, but she wrote me this thing and says, you only have thumbs up. And I just want you to know that nobody deserves all thumbs up. I'm going to personally make it my mission to go through and give you some thumbs down. I don't know. Like, if you're going to give somebody a thumbs down, why even watch their video? Why not just move on, right? Don't you guys agree? Why not just move on? But there was a lady, I had my very own sort of YouTube-y stalker lady who like made it her mission. She told me she was going to make it her mission to give me all thumbs down. So I said, okay, if that's how you want to spend your day, have at it, Mama. Have at it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm busy doing my calamari and other stuff besides giving anybody any thumbs down. Please. But I don't take it personally. My crafting style is my own. It may not work for everyone, and I'm good with that. I am good with that. I am good. I am so good. Shannon said, someone said she talked too much. Well, if Shannon talks too much, I would talk way too much. Pity Pat definitely talks too much, but it's okay. I love Shannon Green, and I love her talks. Oh, thanks, Pat. Pat says she likes long videos, the way they talk, because it makes her feel like she's there. Wendy says people who do that have some mental illness going on when they stalk you and want to give you a thumbs down. And she was watching a cool teacher YouTube channel, and he was sharing his classroom decorations, and this lady focused on his tattoos. You know what, Wendy, you're right. People just, you can't please everybody. Marcy, calamari is not squid. Oh, I'm glad, Cassandra. So, Marcy, calamari is the Konmari method. The Konmari method, which is Maria Kondo, What Sparks Joy, the art of tidying up, or is it called the art of tidying up? I have the book somewhere around here. It's called what is it called? The Zen of tidying up? So, we're laughing because Susan, when I was telling everybody, I was doing this several videos ago, I was doing this KonMari method, and I was failing because, like, the first part of the KonMari method, you have to clean out your closet, your personal closet. That's not a big deal. That I can do. Like I did that. The second part of the KonMari method was you were supposed to throw away all your books. And I was like, girls, I'm going to be failing at that. I love my books. So Susan, I was telling everybody my struggles with that. And Susan asked me in the live stream what was calamari, and I, in my inert wisdom of like ridiculousness, said, oh, squid. And then she was like, well, what does that have to do with crafting? She thought I was saying calamari. So now it's called the calamari method in art. It's called the calamari method here in Crafting Mamas. It's called the calamari method. The one I finished would be cute for Christmas, this one. Except that I was trying to read the words that I was cutting. I don't even know what these books are, you guys. I just like the quality of the page. So I was trying to like figure out if it said anything bad on it. And if it had any risque words on it. Because you guys know me and my risque tag, my risque stuff. Because I got that going on too, girls. You know, I can't get away from that either. I got my risque going on. I got my risque stuff. I have to be a squid every day. Oh, yeah, definitely. I gotta be a squid every day, and I'm good with it. I'm liking that, but I don't know if I like it on that. Maybe I like it on this. I think I'll like it on this better. I like this color, though. Whatever that color was that I did. I think it was Flat Fabio. Where's our crazy Brenda who makes fun of me in my Flat Fabio? Brenda? Because Brenda does YouTube. She does some live on Monday nights. So if you guys are around, head over to her channel. Brenda's. She does a live stream on Monday nights. I don't remember what time. Maybe you girls can tell me. Did anybody get up and watch Dee Dee Willingham this morning? I couldn't. I could not get up. Right, Scotty, on the back of the tag I finished with this one. This one with the green and the red with this like polka dot thing. This one right here. How have I been? Oh my gosh, Lisa, do you really want to know how I've been? She does have a great way of saying howdy, Lily. She's awesome. This one? Okay, Scotty. I'll send that one to you. Done. This is Scotty's tag. Done. Happily, joyfully. Lisa, I have been going through my own stuff like everybody else. And just recently, I found out there may be a chance that I can get my house back in New York. It's not that it's gone. It's still my house. It's a ridiculously long story. But anyway, so that was good news this week because I didn't think that would be possible. And even though I asked about it, I was told something different. So that's kind of a good thing for me right now. I mean, not that I'm going to move back anytime soon, but I had kept this house all these years for my kids, and then my ex-husband did some sort of shady stuff, and anyway, was negotiating we own property and stuff together, and just negotiating some other stuff, and I was told, because where I live now and where he lives are two different places, and anyway, the law's different in every state, so I just found out yesterday, or was it the day before, that I can possibly get my house back, so that was very exciting. So now I'm going to start purging all my supplies. I have all these, when I was cleaning out the garage, I have all these jewelry making supplies and stuff that I just don't use anymore. And I'm going to put them all in my little Etsy shop. So I haven't done it yet. I do have a couple things. I have some journaling kits and stuff like that in there, but I'm going to put all my jewelry supplies, maybe some jewelry that I've made in the past, and purge it all. And so if you guys head over there to my little Etsy shop, you can see some of my purgings. I haven't put anything up yet, but I have a whole box of stuff to put up. So I've just been going through my own stuff, but you know what I've realized in my own going through my own stuff, which we're all going through our own stuff. My stuff is no more important than anyone else's. So don't get me wrong in thinking that I feel that way. Is that, you know, your life is always pushing you toward something better, even though you can't see it. Do you know what I mean? So I just try to keep that in mind, and I don't take it so personally. Helen says she found out. Am I cutting what out? Am I going to cut the hole out that I covered up? Is that what you're asking me? Yeah, I will, but I'll do it later. So I have a hole punch, and I can just put the hole punch through it and punch it. And then I'm also going to put a piece of paper on the back. When I was gessoing them, I got them all kind of artied up on the back. You found out you can get 10-cent magazines? Awesome. Yeah, Helen, it is really good news. You know, it really is good news for me. I mean, I'm excited about it. I'm totally excited about it. It's really for my kids more than anything, but I'm excited about it because it's a really nice house and I love it. But anyway, you know what? Your life is always pushing you to do what you should do for yourself, like better, like bettering yourself. You know, what in some way, and it may not be perfect. But it's always leading you to something better. And so I know that's what's happening for all of us, and especially right now. I know it feels like super intense for everyone, but especially right now. Right now, it's definitely working toward pushing us all, first of all, to be more caring toward each other, right? To be more loving and more caring and considerate and kind, and realize that we're all one big family, the human race. And that we need to be taking care of everything, the animals and the plants and this earth. That's it. She just got a 1951 Webster's New World Dictionary yard sale for $1. That's awesome. Wendy says that she feels like it's events like Hurricane Harvey that sort of push her back into place and spend time sweating the small dumb things in life. I agree with you, Wendy. Totally agree. Frida, I've purged a lot many times. That dictionary sounds awesome. Wendy, you're absolutely right. But I think right now, like, we're all being pushed and challenged to step up to being like better, in whatever way that is for each and every one of us, right? Because we all have different things about us, and we're being put to like a test, unfortunately, to step up and become better and kinder and more gentler with ourselves first and foremost, and then am I occasionally cutting in and out on the table? Am I cutting in and out? I don't know if I'm cutting in and out. Am I cutting in and out, you guys? Lisa, I love you guys. But I mean, you know, normally I don't even tell people my junk. But I got this comment because I put up a video of a sample of a junk journal. And you want me to refresh? I need to refresh is what you're saying? Are you telling me to refresh, Susan? So the reason I even mention it, Lisa, is because I put up this thing on... Okay, Patricia, see you in a minute. I put up this YouTube kit, and it just shows you a sample junk journal. And that one happens to be already sold. But it just shows you, like, when you go to my Etsy shop, it just says, like, junk journal kit. So it shows you a sample of a junk journal I like that mantra, let it be, Scotty. So it shows you an example of a junk journal that you could, that if you bought the kit in my Etsy shop, what it would be. Okay? Because I didn't want to make a kit for each one, right? And this lady wrote me this like message, and she said something like, oh no, not you too. Like, she wrote it to me personally. At least she didn't post it on my thing, you know, post a comment on my thing. Oh no, not you too. And, you know, I've always had some sort of a shop selling little bits and pieces of my artwork. I don't make a living from it, but I've always had something like that. And she was just basically like admonishing me for putting up a video about a junk journal kit that I had in my Etsy shop. I can't slow the chat down. I don't know how to do that, Carrie. I mean, there may be a way, but I don't know how to do it. Not on my end, because I told you, YouTube changed the thing. So that's why I was even telling you my stuff, Lisa, because so now you see why that junk journaling kit, those kits and stuff I have on there, all the proceeds go to pay the legal bills so I can get my house back. Wendy said that her husband works at the airport, and he went through something that really helped him to see the preciousness of life. And a cab driver was killed at the airport by a 19-year-old who was denied entrance to a local college, and he took his rage out on the driver. He came home crying, and we've both been very aware that you could just have one encounter. You're right, Wendy. Yeah, one encounter that will positively or negatively change your life. You know what? That's why it's so important. It's so important for each and every one of us to take time to do something as silly as what I'm doing here, making tags or whatever brings you joy. To give yourself the zen time. If it's cooking, cook yourself a really nice meal. For me, it's making art from recycling. For somebody else, it could be something else. But it's so important that we just take time to connect with each other. And I have to tell you, out of anything, hi, lovely Malia. Oh, sleep well. I hope I see you again, Malia. Yeah, we're on every Tuesday and Friday. You'll come back. Yours is cutting in and out too, Mary? Oh my gosh. You guys, I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. Is it for everybody? Is it cutting in and out? Bye, Malia. Have a wonderful night. Life is precious, Beth, and you know what makes it even more special is when we can gather together and send each other positive and loving thoughts, okay? Positive and loving energy. That's why I say turn the television off, because if it's not working for you, honestly, watching those Fox News channels and all that, it's not meant to make you feel good. It's meant to make you live in a space of fear. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm over that. I don't need to actively put myself into something that's going to make me not feel good or positive about myself. I think the world has enough of that right now. So my vote is find something as silly as making junk journals or this art stuff that we're doing. Find it and enjoy it. Whatever it looks like for you. And whatever you do doesn't have to be what I do, Hi, Sally. You have insomnia? Oh, I'm sorry. Yours is fine, Cassandra. Good. Fine there, Carrie. Oh, fine, Sarita. Okay, then I won't try to reboot. You know what? Carla was having so many problems the other day, I had to stop watching it but it was something YouTube has done I don't understand. You know what I don't understand more than anything is like when something's not broken, why mess with it? Does anybody else feel that way, or is that just me? If it's not broken, don't fix it. That's the way I feel. What do I know? That's why I think coming together in something, and it seems like so silly that we're like meeting here in a YouTube chat room and we're crafting or making whatever recycled bits or whatever you want to call it, and we're hanging out together. But it really does have an impact on everyone. Everyone, not just in your life, but in everyone else's life too. It has an impact on everyone. When you can spend time, especially when you can feel the love and appreciation from complete strangers. Do you guys know what I mean? I don't feel like you guys are strangers to me, but when you're spending your time with people that you don't see every day and you're not related to, right? And then you can feel the love from them. You know that it's bigger than us. How much do you need to clean your stamps? You know, I'm not the stamp queen. I clean mine periodically. I don't clean them every time, but there are plenty of women. There's plenty of people that do clean theirs all the time. When you guys, ladies, want to pipe in and tell Lisa the amount of cleaning you should do on your stamps? Because I honestly don't have a clue. I do mine whenever I feel like it. I know. Let it go. Let it go. It's 4 in the morning where you are, Sally. Crazy. It's not cutting out for you, Mildred. But good, Mildred. You're right. Some people can't help but try and bring you down. That's their unhappiness. You're right. But I'm just saying to you, Lisa, that's why I shared with you guys what's going on with me. It's because a lady, she said it. And you know what made me realize is that, you know, when one of you guys tell me that you're going through something, I am right there energetically holding you and sending you prayers and good positive thoughts. And it made me also see that I can be a good giver, but I'm like not a great receiver. So by not sharing, not that I'm sharing with you the nitty gritty of all my junk, but without sharing like what's going on, maybe it does appear that I'm doing something like so out of the ordinary for me. But hand sanitizer works good. Great. I wash mine with soap and water, honestly. You can use a baby wipe too. Jinx on me? Jinx on who? Pat says since she lives alone, except for her 2 cats, she loves spending every possible minute with everyone. Most times, she's a lurker because of her vision, and she doesn't feel alone. Aww, and she says, thank you. We're all full of good vibes for all. Thank you. That's awesome. Thanks, Pat. Hi, Dawn. You're right, Vicki. If she was sitting next to me, she would never say that. But she wasn't. You know, I think sometimes, Cassandra said, in Maryland, they call it crabs in a pot. You know what? I think, but you know what I think also, too? People don't, you know, they feel like entitled when you're behind a computer screen to say things to you that they definitely would never say to you in person. You're right about that. They would never say that to you in person. And the other thing that they also wouldn't do is they wouldn't be so critical of you. Oh, Susan, I love you. Susan said, I saw what you said, Vicki, and I hoped she was sitting between me and you. Well, no, because Vicki's horse is sitting there, right? So, Vicki, your horse would be like, ba-dam. You know what? I don't take it personally, you guys. Maybe I would take it personally if I didn't feel the love from you guys and I felt like I was like, if I didn't know each and every one of you so well and feel like I'm like hanging with my besties, maybe I would take it personally. But because of this live forum where I'm able to, and maybe I would take it personally, but you know, I'm empathic, so I know what my intentions are, but I also realize too that, you know, we're all human and we judge ourselves first and foremost, and then we judge other people. And you know, sometimes when you hear the reality of what somebody's going through, you just stop yourself. You know, like, you know, it's easy to like judge when you don't really know, right? It's easy to say, oh, well, you know, her clothes aren't nice or XYZ, ABC, and then you find out later on that, yeah, her clothes aren't nice because she just lost everything in Hurricane Harvey. And she's like, lucky she got out with 1 pair of clothes, you know, or whatever. But it's okay. You guys, you know what? I know what I'm here for. And I know what my life's purpose is. And I know that You know, being human is part of this whole experience. But we're greater than that. And that's one thing that I can say. I'm so proud of everyone that has shown up for everyone that's been in need since this horrible tragedy of Harvey, right? People are showing up for each other, and that makes me happy. And it makes me happy when you guys find your crafty best friends. So I love it. And I love you guys sharing your stuff with me, good and bad. I love seeing you every week, and I miss you. Like, when you're not here, I know you're not here. I mean, I don't call you out and go, oh, what happened to you? I'm missing you, but I'm thinking about it. You know? Like, where's my lovely Fee? I love Fiona. I love hearing her. I love seeing her. I love it. Has anybody talked to Fee today? Is she okay? Night, Mary. Samantha said she thought she was done with bathroom companions when her kids left home. But no, she has 2 cats and a dog, and they're with you every single time. My dog is the same way, Samantha. This group is my crafty best friend too, Lisa. I love you, ladies. Susan says that's because your dogs and cats are in there with you. It's because you go outside to watch them. So what do you expect? Good point, Susan. It is the benefit of a live feed, Liz, instead of just talking into an empty room. Yeah, I agree. I know you love me back, Liz. I feel it. You guys, yesterday I was having such a rough day, and I was like, I need a fix. I need my friends. I need my friends. I need my crafty friends. And I was just like, I just needed that sort of grounding energy. I just needed it. I just needed to hang out with you guys and just be with you. And I know when you're not here. Hi, Jean. You guys have to go over and see Jean's YouTube channel. Jean Peter Artist. She is an amazing textile painting extravaganza all in one. She does amazing, beautiful art. And go check her out. And she's my lovely friend. And I love you, Jean. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming. But head on over. She made the cutest journal. I was going to make a journal like yours, Jean, with your envelopes, but I haven't done it yet. I'm going to. I was going to. I haven't done it. I collected my envelopes, and I got my watercolors out, and I got my stuff out to do it, but I haven't done it. But I'm going to. I'm definitely going to. Oh, Anne, that's so sweet. I feel uplifted when you guys are all here. I really do. And you know what I love most of all about you is that you're all becoming so good friends with each other, and I love that. And then I love the artwork you guys are sharing. And then I love hearing the funny things that you guys are going through. Like, you know, look, if we didn't know Noni, we wouldn't be focusing on a zombie apocalypse journal soon because of Noni's son. Oh. And we wouldn't have gotten to send Noni's grandma all those cool cards. You know, like, what a joy. Can you imagine? I can't even imagine living 100 years. But I hope if I do live 100 years, somebody finds it in their heart to make me a birthday card. How is your arm, Anne? And how is your purple fanny? You felt bad for missing? Oh, Sherry, never feel bad. You don't miss anything anytime. Oh, Lord, you guys are hilarious. Hilarious. So I want you guys to start thinking about your packaging. I mean, now that you see me like making art on every possible packaging thing ever, I would like it if you guys would show me yours. Hang on a second. Can I ask you a question? Will you make me a cup of coffee? Your coffee smelled amazing. Why? You don't want to drink it? Do you have to be there at 5:30? You have 50 minutes. Yeah. Well, there was traffic when I went. Will you put stuff in it though? Hottie's here. He's running off to work after our calamari session, and he made himself coffee, and it smelled so good. So I asked him if he'd make me coffee, but he said he'd give me his coffee because he doesn't have time to drink it. There was traffic because of the surf. So the surf's high here, you guys, so there's traffic. Okay? Isn't that ridiculous? One wrote in, that was Hottie. Do it, Hottie. He made me coffee. He's going to give me his coffee, though. He doesn't have to. He has time to make me a coffee or make himself another coffee, but he's decided against it. I don't know. Whatever. This coffee smells really good. I wish I'd taken a before and after picture of our yard. You guys would have been like, can Hottie bring you some coffee? Hottie used to live in Arkansas, Scotty. He used to live in Bentonville, Arkansas. How far is that from where you live? Thank you. Thank you for my coffee. See, he brought me coffee. I got coffee. Not a whole cup, but almost. Susan said she loves you, Scotty. I mean, she loves you, Hottie. My friend Jean is Jean. I think on YouTube she's Jean Peter the Artist. You guys go and check out. You have cookies. If you guys ever, I hope some of you live in Fayetteville. Fayetteville is very close. So he loved living in Arkansas, but he likes living in Hawaii better. You have earphones now, so it won't wake up your husband. So go over and watch. It's Jean Peter Artist on Jean Jean on YouTube, and she's awesome. And I know her. Susan is the one that hollers at you, Hottie. I'm the one that Susan's the one that I was fussing at the other day on the phone. And she's saying hi.
Hello, everybody.
Can you hear him? Hello, everybody, he says. Yeah, so he used to work for Arvist. He lived in Bentonville. Anyway, Jean Peter Artist. You guys go over and check her out. You'll like her. She's just new to YouTube. She's made a couple videos, but you will learn a lot from the videos that she's made, and she's really a really good artist. And I enjoy her, and she's a really good friend. And I met her in one of these crafty groups on Facebook, and we're friends, and I love her. And she's a good artist on top of it, and I learn stuff from her all the time. So she does amazing textile art and just different stuff. She's good. So it's Jean Peter Artist on YouTube. Go and check her out. And I think you guys might like her. Okay, I'm liking my tags so far. I probably have a little bit more to go. Jean said, I saved her butt on a project and I mailed her some tape. I did mail her some tape to finish. That was so random. Jean, I don't even know why I had that tape. Because you know you can't get very many supplies here, and I actually got it here. So isn't that ridiculous? So, what did you say, Luana? Thanks, Mildred. You know what, Mildred? Ash has had a bad couple days. She has not been feeling good. You like my tags? Hi, Laurel. I love you, Laurel. What's up in your world? So, Jean, I'm glad I could send you tape because, you know, I don't know where I got that tape. I had to have bought it here, and we don't even have any stores here, so it was ridiculous. You're never going to get through the doorway with the big head I'm giving you? Oh, please. You guys go over and watch her stuff. Jean Peter Artist, and you'll see, and subscribe to her channel, and you'll see some really cool stuff. Fiona just got home from the doctor. Are you here, Fee? We love you, Fee. We love you. You guys go on, if you guys look at the rack list, and you guys feel if it moves you at all. I love you, Jean. If you feel the need at all, if you wanted to send Ash a postcard that just says, I'm thinking about you, I want you to feel better, I'm sure she would so appreciate it. She's got a chronic illness, and it's very debilitating, and some days she just can't get up. So, Fee, we love you. I was just asking where you were. Pat, you will enjoy Jean's channel. She's just getting started. She's getting coffee. Oh, good. You said hi to me earlier and the chat was flying. It was flying. You know, sometimes, and I don't know how to stop the chat rate. I mean, I'm sure there's a way you can do it. You guys, I'm telling you, I couldn't even figure out yesterday when I got on YouTube, I couldn't even figure out how to even get on live because they changed at least the way my computer sees it is different. I don't know. And today, like, I don't know. Who went out? That was Scott Potty. He had to go to work. Go and watch Jean's little journal. She made this really cool journal out of junk mail envelopes, a small jelly plate, and some markers. And it's awesome. And it's something anybody can do. So, especially if you've never made a journal, it's super fun. Yeah, Ash is not feeling good. I haven't seen her today. Yes, Hottie's going to work. He is off to work. You know, we live in a town that everything opens up. Well, it doesn't always open up so early, but it stays open until like 10 or 11, sometimes late. It is different now on YouTube, Ann, and it's ridiculous. Like yesterday, I was like, oh my god. And you know, when you don't even have your kids, at least my kids are like tech savvy in some sort of way, right? They'll be like, oh, do this or do that. My tech savvy child's in China. I talked to her today though. That was a good thing. So I talked to the oldest. She is in Shanghai and she's loving living there. And she and her sweet husband are enjoying it. She said they had to go to the police station to get to register, she said. I said, oh, okay. But she's been there a month now, living in China a month, and she's loving it. So I'm happy for her. You know, she's like, I miss my kids, but I'm happy for her that she's having a good time in China. Thanks, Dawn. They're just made out of pop, you know, my ridiculous Pop-Tart boxes. Like, if you look close enough, like, look at this one, you can still see the Pop-Tart part in the back. Can you see it? The P for Pop-Tart. I'm going to do a little more on it. I just don't know what. So I've made myself a challenge, and I don't know if you girls want to join me in any sort of a challenge, but my challenge is use it. Like Kylie Koo has a use it or lose it or however it is, I'm going to do that same thing for myself. So I cut up all of these packaging tags, and my goal is to use them all. And I have a whole bunch, and then what I don't use, I'm going to recycle. Oh, good. Luana said that she talked to Ash, and that Ash had a big day planned, and that she may have crashed after her big day. Yes, definitely. The box for Pop-Tarts is so cool, Moni. Like, look, sometimes I just use these without even painting on them. Because I think they're hilarious. Aren't they cute? So, I like them. So, Pop-Tart box. This is like a beer box. I don't know which beer it is. I don't remember. We didn't drink the beer, but I took the box from a friend. Susan's telling me to let it go. Yes, they're frosted cinnamon and brown sugar. Those are my daughter's favorite. Okay, she loves those. Cinnamon and brown sugar is her favorite. That, and it was s'mores for a while, but no, cinnamon and brown sugars went out, and then Hottie bought her strawberry, and she was kind of like, she used to love that, and then she just told us big thumbs down on the strawberry. Yeah, it was cinnamon. This one was cinnamon and brown sugar. Is that what it's called? Brown sugar and cinnamon. Yes, because you can see it. See, brown sugar and cinnamon. So my neighbor next door knows that I make food packaging things, so he had a party and he saved me like a couple of these boxes. These boxes and then another one that I didn't know. So I think it's a Japanese beer, but I don't know what kind. Sing it, Susan. We need you to sing it. Jean said she made a journal out of a Pop-Tart box, so there you go. Strawberry Pop-Tarts are the best. Well, she's 11, so she's going through her own. She's going through her own thing. Okay, she gives us the thumbs up and the thumbs down for like you guys. Like I don't know what I cooked the other day, and I said, how was it? And I got 2 thumbs up, and then sometimes I get like a this, like meaning like it's kind of mediocre, and then sometimes I get like this, which means she could do without it. You gave up beer 21 years ago, but it's the box. It's not the beer. Hi, Sass. You've been hoarding beer pack cartons in order to recover and hold your paints. Oh, that's good. See, Jean has her local grocery store save her cool beer boxes. So there you go. I'm not the only one. My neighbor does though. He works at a place, I don't know, but they get boxed beer because he comes home with the boxes all the time. Anyway, he refinishes furniture. So he and I were talking one day, and he does it outside, and he and I were talking one day, and he always sees me like recycling and, you know, digging cans out of our trash. And I don't know, he heard Hottie and I one time talking about, you know those monster cans? They have different color ones. He heard us talking about some monster cans, and I was like saying to Hottie, well, I want the red one, because I was making earrings out of the cans. And so he just like asked me, he was like, what do you do with all that? And then when I told him, so now he saves them for me. Don't you love that? It's like once people know what you do, then they go, hey, I can save you some cool stuff. It can be a little much at times, as you guys all know, right? It can be a little much at times. A little bit much. These are my favorite stencils, can you tell? Because they're all like stenciled up. They're all and eventually I will soak them in a tub of hot water and scrub all the paint off, but honestly, I don't do it all the time. I do it whenever it gets too much for me, then I go back and I do it. Anybody else do that? Wait until later. So I like doing that. I like waiting and doing it later. I used to make those earrings long before YouTube, before I figured out how to do YouTube videos. I made those earrings and I used to sell them. I don't have any packages. I don't hardly have any anymore. I used to sell them we have like these local swap meets and flea markets here. And I used to sell them there. Because I make I'll show you guys sometime the jewelry I make. I make really nice high-end jewelry, but in all honesty, people are more attracted to the really inexpensive, cheap stuff. Living in a touristy area, you know, like when they're thinking of gifts, so they'd rather spend like $10 on a pair of earrings as opposed to spending a lot more. You know what I mean? So I made those recycled aluminum can earrings. Yes, I made them for a long time. I haven't made any new ones in a while. Now, I like using the same things. If you guys have a die cutting machine and you use your Coke cans through it, the key is this: cutting your Coke can apart, or whatever soda can you have. I like the Arizona iced teas because you can get a lot of stuff out of them, a lot of product out of them because they're big, right? Those really big Arizona iced teas. So I like those cans, and it's very cheap. It's kind of discouraging in a way, isn't it, Jane? Like you spend. I will show you guys. I don't have any of the jewelry that I made. Next live stream, I'll find some and show you. But I used to make super high-end jewelry, you guys. Like jewelry that you would go to a jewelry store and buy, like expensive jewelry. And people, when I moved here, people would rather me make them like schlock, is what I call it. It's not really schlock, but it's compared to what your normal jewelry is. So Wendy has a junk journal giveaway. Go to her channel, Reused Muse. She's hoping people will check it out. Her giveaway is open until Monday, midnight Pacific time. So go and check out Reused Muse and join her junk journal. Yeah, stretch bracelets. So I don't know. Have you seen those earrings that I make, Jean? They're ridiculous. They're made out of tin cans. Let's see, I had a pair here somewhere. I try to keep, I don't have a lot of them. But anyway, I used to make really nice jewelry. Like, nice jewelry. Like, gold and platinum and diamonds and silver and just really nice jewelry. And then I moved here and I continued to make really nice jewelry. But people didn't really, I mean, yes, once in a blue moon you'd have a really nice sale of them. But people bought, then when I made these, when people, I like the beer one like it is. When people would come here, they would rather spend $10 on a pair of tin can earrings. I don't think I need to paint this one. I think it'll look good just as it is in a junk journal. I mean, I might put a piece of something on the back to write on, but no, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to paint the beer one. I like the beer one. Sometimes I just keep them as they are. Here, I'll show you guys a pair of those tin can earrings. I know I have a pair somewhere here because my littlest one found. I'll tell you the funniest story now that Hottie's gone. Okay, so his mom came to visit. Okay, and you guys know I was married for a long time, and I told him when we got into a relationship many years ago that I was not going to do in-laws anymore. You know, I said both my parents have passed away, and I feel like I've done my penance as, here, these are those cheap earrings, you guys. I think I've done my penance as a, you know, not, I've done my duty as a daughter-in-law. And he was like, oh, okay, I'm fine with it. I mean, you know what I mean? We're each other's second time around, so it's not like we're like, and I said, I'll help you in any way. I'm not telling you not to do your parents, but I'm just not doing your parents. And he's like, okay. So here's some of those earrings I made you guys, so you can see them. So these are all made out of soda cans. So his parents come, or they come, anyway, his mom comes, and they aren't staying with us. They have like a condo or something. You know, a lot of people have timeshares. So these are these really inexpensive earrings that I make, right? They're made out of recycled soda cans, and then they're alcohol inked, and then they just have like this. These are actually real pearls. So these have little pearls on them, and these have Hawaiian puka shells. Can you see them? I don't know if you can see them. And then this is just ones with little brass findings. People will buy these more than they'll buy. I'll show you guys my nice jewelry one time, and then you'll see it. Anyway, so his mother comes to visit, and I had said to him, look, you know, they had their own condo or whatever, so they had their own condo, so Wendy says she bought Pop-Tarts at Trader Joe's, and she said they were gross, some things you can't make healthy. Very true, Wendy. So they came to visit us, and my deal was I didn't care what he did as long as I didn't have to do it, okay? You know, I had wonderful parents. I didn't have great in-laws, but I had my own personal parents were amazing. You know, I would give anything to have another day with my parents. They were like awesome. So his mother comes to visit, and his mother and his stepdad, they come to visit, and they want to take us out to all these dinners. And I said to him, at the time I was working a job where I worked a lot of hours. So I said to him, look, I'll go to one dinner. They were here for like 2 weeks. I said, I'll go one dinner out, and then we can invite them over to our house one time. And then you spend all the time you want to with them. Please. I don't want to stand in your way. So he goes out, and he sees his parents, and our youngest daughter, she goes too, right? She goes and hangs out with them, and you know, they take her swimming, and they take her to do all these things, and they're all having a great time. I had to work, you guys. At the time, I had like a job. So his mom comes over for dinner, and she doesn't eat. Okay, that's the other thing. She's super picky, and she doesn't eat. Okay. So I make what I don't care, because I'm going to make what I'm going to make, and I don't know what I made. I think I made Mexican food, like chicken, rice, beans, cornbread, or something like that, and guacamole, and I don't know, something, and some sort of fruit. And I made homemade ice cream, because everybody that comes here, if you've never had mango ice cream, it's amazing. So I make all this food, and I'm very expecting her not to eat anything, okay? Because she doesn't eat. And so when I make this dip, I asked my youngest daughter wanted some dip. She's a dipper. She wanted dip, so I made some dip. So his mom, I show her those earrings. That's what made me think about it. I show her those earrings. Like I had sent her some jewelry. I used to send like you know, for holidays or whatever, I'd send her for Christmas. I'd send jewelry to her, to her daughter, you know, to her sister, her mom, her mother. I would send them all jewelry. And I've made her really nice jewelry, like very nice jewelry. But she saw all those tin can earrings. And, you know, she went into my little studio and she saw what I was working on. And she saw those soda can earrings. And I said, well, take yours, find yourself a pair. And then she said, well, can I take one, you know, obviously for her daughter and for her sister. And I was like, sure, of course. You guys, they were all individually packaged. Like, I don't even have the packaging, but you know, like in individual bags, like little bags. Good night, Laurel. Hope you feel better. Hope you have a wonderful night. Are you teaching a live class? Oh, we're sending you love. We're sending you love. You're going to do great. So I say, of course, you know, you can have, so I had them all individually packaged, and they were like in a little box, like a, you know, like that you would use as like a display. You know, they were in like a display thing. Because I used to take them to, we have artisan craft fairs here on the weekends, and I used to take them to that. You guys, she reached her hand in the bag, in the basket, and I said, take a few pair. Okay, just give me a guess. What do you think a few is in your mind? If somebody says to you, take a few pair, what's a few? Right? What would you consider a few? Anybody want to guess what a few is? Yes, 3, 2, 3, 2, right? 3. You guys, she took like, I must have had 40 or 50 pairs in there. She took at least 30 pairs of earrings. And every time I turned around, like I was serving dinner, 12, Dawn, right? No, she took like 30 pair. Every time I turned around, she was back over in my box of my stuff, and she was stuffing more of them in her purse. You guys, I had to laugh so hard. Of course, I didn't laugh in front of her. But when she left, I said to him, I think your mom's a kleptomaniac. He goes, I think she is too. Like, we had this whole conversation about it. He goes, I think you might be right. And I was like, did you see how many pairs of earrings she took? He was like, no. You guys, I told you my life's ridiculous. No, you know, I didn't. Look, if it had been like really expensive, the only thing is this, is that when you make them, they're not actually so easy to make. Okay, because when you, especially if you want to get them both sides, so one side you have to sand off whatever the logo is, right? And then the other side is usually without anything, and then you run it through a die cutting machine, you run it through an embossing folder, and they can crack because they're aluminum cans, okay? And then you go to alcohol ink them, and alcohol ink has a mind of its own, okay? Especially on something like this. So it's almost impossible to get a pair that are going to look really close to each other. I mean, you can get a color family. So, I mean, from that standpoint, they're a little bit difficult to make. But from the standpoint of the cost, no. But yes, 20 or 30 pairs. And then I gave her some other stuff too. Like, I don't know. It was very funny. So I asked him the other day, because they haven't been here in a couple of years. I'm like, so when is your mom coming? It's like, she hasn't called me and said she's coming. And our little one says she is. She always says, you know, that she's coming. So we're like, okay. You know, she must be tuned into some other function. Anyway, you guys, it's his mom. If my mom had wanted 30 pair, I would have given them. No, she's still here, Joyce. She's still here. I love alcohol inks too, but you guys try it out. If you have a die cutting machine, cut yourself some tin cans and try it out. I mean, it's not as easy as it looks. It looks a whole lot easier than it ends up being. And then you'll see how fiddly it is and how temperamental it is, right? But when you go to a craft fair and you need, good night, Sally. Oh, I'm sorry, Sally. I hope you feel better. You still have your puka shell necklace from 16 years ago, Helen? Awesome. It shrunk. It doesn't fit your neck anymore. Save them, because, you know, those shells are harder and harder to come by. But you know, you guys, you have to have a table filler if you go to craft shows. Like, you have to have like your higher end. Or Joyce, she doesn't watch my channel. And even if she did, what is she going to do? Say, oh, Shelly outed me for taking 30 pairs of earrings. She may have even taken more than that, you guys, because I didn't really count them. But put it this way, more than half were missing when she left. And we just laughed. And he was mortified. And I was like, don't be mortified. It's your mother. But you know what? Had it been my first marriage, I might have, like, not been so good with it. I might have been like, what? And been all insulted, but nobody's like, no, whatever. People are how they are. You know what? When you run it through the die cutting machine, they're not sharp. They don't have a sharp edge. If you cut them with a pair of scissors, they have a sharp edge. But a die cutting machine, they don't have a sharp edge. But you can sand them if you think so. Just get an emery board, you know? Sand them with an emery board. But now you guys know my ridiculousness. Isn't that ridiculous? 30 pairs of earrings. It's so, you guys, it's so my life. It is so my life, right? It's just how I roll. It's like, okay, well, that's what it is. Oh, Lord. So we laughed, though. He and I've laughed about it. I said, well, if I went to her house and she offered me something, could I take 30 of it? And he thought that was hilarious. I said, I'm going to ask her. He says, please do. You guys, that's why I told him when we got together. I said, I've already done my in-laws. I don't know, you guys. It's not that I have anything. I think there's some people that are just really meant to be in-laws and really, really accept people, and you know, and then there's just some people, they're just who they are, you know, you just gotta roll with it. You can't, like, it's just made me really conscious of, you know, my oldest daughter's married, and it's just made me really conscious of, because I've had both wonderful parents and not so supportive in-laws. Like, I'll tell you guys one of my in-law story. So when I was first married, my oldest daughter, I got pneumonia. She must have been like, oh, she was little. Maybe she was 2. And they wanted to put me in the hospital because I had pneumonia so bad. And we were living in a town, or living in a state that we didn't really know anybody. We just moved there for my husband's job. And my mother, we were living in Florida. We lived in Jacksonville, Florida for like a couple of years. And my mother lived in Texas. But my mother had just had a knee replacement. But I was so sick that they told me that I needed to go in the hospital right away. So I called my mother-in-law. I had this 2-year-old. And you know, my husband was working, and I had this 2-year-old. And I called my mother-in-law, and I asked her if she would come. They told me I just needed to be in the hospital for like 3 days on IV antibiotics. At least 3 days. And then it was coming close. He was teaching college. It was coming close to an end of the semester. So it was like one of those things where, like, he couldn't take off, but like in 3 days he could as soon as the semester was over, something like that. It wasn't like we needed some like long-term help. But, you know, he needed help. And my mother-in-law, I called her and I asked her, I said, would you please come? And they were very well off. Very, very, very well off. I said, would you please come? If we didn't need you, I wouldn't ask. And she sent me a check to hire a babysitter. My barely 2-year-old child. So she sent me a check. So I think she liked him too, Helen. So that was the kind of mother-in-law thing that I had. She sent me a check. We had just moved to this state. We just moved to Jacksonville. We didn't know anybody. She sent me a check to hire a babysitter instead of coming. Yeah, it was Noni. So you know, it wasn't she was mean or anything. It was just that sort of thing. Like, when you have a new child and you're not like even sure of your own parenting skills, the last thing you want to do is think of hiring somebody you don't even know in a town you don't know, and you're sick as a dog. So my mom, you guys, this is how good my mom was. What did your husband agree with you at, Beth? So you had the same brother. You had the same. So this is how good my mother was. My mother, who had just had knee surgery. Okay, she couldn't fly. They told her you can't fly. Good night, Lori. Lori, we're sending you so much love, and we will send you healing thoughts from Montana and all the people that are going through things there. Okay, so maybe we'll see you next week. Okay, we love you. So my mother, with her knee surgeries, right? They told her she couldn't fly because of, I guess, the blood thinner she was on. I don't know. Laura said her mother would have sent money too. It was my baby, you know. She wasn't even, I don't think she was 2 yet. She was like, I think she was like a year and something. Anyway, my mother, who had this knee surgery that could barely walk right or whatever, and they told her she couldn't fly, got on a train from Houston, and took a train from Houston to Jacksonville, Florida, which is like kind of a long ride. It's long. And picked up my daughter and then took a train back so that I could go to the hospital for I ended up being in there longer than 3 days, but so that I could go to the hospital and get IV antibiotics. So that's how my mother was. I mean, she would have been there in a heartbeat. Like, she was, you know, anyway, I had a wonderful parent. My parents were wonderful. Both my parents were good. Okay, guys, I kind of went for the pink gold this week. I don't know why. It was like the pink gold extravaganza, yeah? It's like your mom would have said that you were not that sick, Lisa. Well, I was really sick. You have to understand, I'm not the kind of person that even when I am sick that I even say anything about being sick. So I was very sick. I was sick enough for them to like say it was definite. Like I had some other stuff like going on with it too. But it doesn't even matter. But do you understand like why I'm like I'm not anti-mother-in-law. I mean I'm going to try to be the best mother-in-law I can be to my children's spouses, right? But you know, I just that's why I said to Hottie when we got together, I said I'm not doing mother-in-laws. If I told you guys the stories, you would have been like, you know, it takes a while when you're young and in a marriage or whatever to like realize you need to make your own life. But you can't be like, you can't always be about what your parents or what your in-laws want. It has to be about what you want. Because it's your life, right? And you're going to look back and you're going to be like, well, why didn't I do what I wanted to do? Why did I do that? You know, you did it to please them. And it takes a while to get to that point. And I just was, you know, it's all good. I mean, even Hottie's mom's nice enough. I mean, she's definitely nice enough. But you know what? I keep my distance. I let him do it. I say to your parents, you have at it. Have at it. Go see him as often as you want. Hang out with them. Nobody is standing in your way. Nobody will ever dull your shine. Go for it. Go and do whatever you need to do with your family. You know, I mean, it's the same with our kids because we're a blended family. I never stand in his way. I would never. In fact, I'm the one always saying, like, when are you going to go see them? What are they doing? When are you picking them up? Are they coming? What are they doing? I think I drive him a little bit more crazy. Maybe guys are just, like, more laid back, right? They're not, like, so into, like, that you have to do stuff all the time. Night, Vicky. Love you, love you, love you. Yes, Jean has been married a long time. How long have you been married, Jean? Because I was married 25 years. That's terrible, right? After 25 years to get divorced. And then you stay out of their way. I think that's good advice. "37 years Jean's been married. That's awesome, Jean. Jean, you're a rock star. You're a rock star in many ways. And I'm sure you're a wonderful. Hi, Shelly 20,004. You didn't miss anything. We're making tags. But I'm sure you're a wonderful mother-in-law, Jean. No? I'm sure you're a wonderful mother-in-law. No, but saying that, Jean, you know, like, I always did stuff for my in-laws. I mean, even putting myself sometimes not even in the picture, you know? I was a good daughter-in-law. They just, you know what, it's just that they're from the East Coast. They're just sort of got that sort of, like, not warm and fuzzies. But I did a lot for my in-laws. Honestly, I've done it once. I was like, okay, I've rode that ride. I'm not doing it again. And there's nothing wrong with Hottie's parents. Dawn says her mom and her are like oil and water. She'd do anything for you, but she just makes everything harder than it needs to be. I understand that. Jean, I know your temperament. You're so loving. I mean, you're always with your grandkids and doing wonderful things. Oh, I know you're so sweet. That's awesome. Our little puppy is a dead hog too. I bought her a bed, you guys, because I'm telling you, I'm a little bit over her sleeping under the covers. She actually growls at you. Like when you go to move her feet, she growls at you. Oh, you just Amazon Primed your grandson chocolate pudding. Oh, Noni, you're a wonderful grandmother. I can't wait to be a grandmother. But my kids told me I had my own grandchild, okay, guys? So I have a feeling I'm going to have to wait. Okay? My oldest daughter told me I have my own grandchild. So there you go. And my middle daughter says to me, I'm never having children. I'm like, okay. You know. And Hottie's sons, I don't know. One of them has been in a serious long-term relationship with the same girl for a long time. I don't know if they're anti-marriage. They're anti-marriage. They tell me that they don't need a piece of paper. I said, okay. I don't care. So, it's all good, you guys. I think any relationship, no matter who it's with, is work. Your parents, your grandparents, your mother-in-laws, your kids, it's all work. Your dog does that to you too? Oh my gosh, she growls like it was like crazy. Dawn, your grandbaby's so cute. He's beautiful. What are you amening for, Susan? Oh, about being a grandma's the best? You've been married 48 years, Frida? Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. High five, Frida. High five. Oh, Valerie has 12 grandchildren. In Hawaiian, they're called mo'opunas. How have you been, Valerie? 10 months older, you're twins. That's so awesome. Amen to no relationship, Susan. Is that what you were saying? "48 years is awesome." I saw the pictures that you put on your Facebook of him when he was visiting. I think that's so awesome. That's so awesome, Dawn. Yeah, my oldest daughter told me that I have my own grandchild, so I don't think that she's going to be having any children anytime soon. But that's okay, guys. It's all right. One day, right? One day. I can hold out hope that one day she will, but it's okay if she doesn't right now. And I'm good. I love it. I feel like I have wonderful kids, so I'm like good with that. Sometimes they give me a grief, but for the most part, they're good. Hi, Amberly. Hi, Grace. Yeah, you have a grandson that's 8 and the little one's 2. Oh, that's awesome, Dawn. Good night, Liz. Oh, I hope you have a really good day at work. Oh, Scotty said she FaceTimed with her grandson while he was eating, and he tried to share food with her through the phone. Oh, Scotty. That's so awesome. My mom was a fabulous grandmother. She loved her grandkids like nothing else. What was really fun for my sister and I to see, because my sister has 4 kids and I have 3, right? So it was really cool for us to see with our mom was that how different every relationship was. Like how different she worked on her relationships. Wow. That sounds awesome, Valerie. Good for you. I mean, I'm sorry that you're going to be without a car. 4 grandkids, Lisa? That's awesome. Good night, Lisa. I hope you sleep well. Edna, you have grandkids that are 20, 16, and 14. You don't even look old enough to have grandkids that old, Edna. Your mom has an 8-year-old, Amberly. Your mom and I probably have a lot in common because I had, my littlest one's 11. Bye, Liz. You're okay with it? When we bought an electric car, Valerie, we bought a Prius or whatever, like a hybrid, and we didn't even have it very long, and it has like some faulty thing in it, and it's in the shop. So we're one car in it too right now. So I get it. It's still in the shop. They have to. I don't know. It's a little bit more complicated than a gas cut. Getting it fixed. At least here on Maui, it might not be so complicated if we did it on Oahu. Grace, you're going to be a great grandma? Oh my gosh. Wow, Amberly, your mom is very young. Congratulations, Grace. You guys, I just, I think that women by nature are creators of community. So I think it's awesome that you guys are here with me and we're all creating community together, and I think it's awesome that you're sharing your stories, and I love it. And I love it. Are you bringing back the dog? So I'm liking this Pop-Tart one. I'm liking the way it has the Pop-Tart part in the back. Yes. Are you leaving the dog, or are you taking the dog with you?
I'm leaving the dog.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get crazy.
Okay. The dog came back. Good night, Lisa. Night, Jean. Big hugs, Jean. Thanks for joining us. You guys go over and check out her channel, Jean Peter Artist, and you'll love her videos. They're awesome. Sure, you don't have to die cut these. These are like kind of easy. You can make these without die cutting, You can make them without die cutting. You don't have to die cut these. These are like, you could just cut them without anything. I like the blue too. I'm liking it too. And I'm using this like purpley, I think it's purple. You guys, my eyes can't even see the name of the color. Oh, it's violet blue. This Lindy's Stamp Gang Starburst Spray Violet Blue. I like it. I painted that one. I don't know what color it was to begin with. Did I paint it blue? I think I might have painted it blue. But I'm liking them. There's a really, I don't know her name, but I'll try to find her on YouTube. She makes really amazing, complicated tags with no dies. You've been married 36 years, Grace? Well, congratulations. That's awesome. You know, I don't even know if my kids will have kids. I think because we have 5 kids, somebody out of the 5 kids will have children, I'm hoping, right? Because that's what you can hope. You can hope for that. You can hope that one of them does, right? Hang on, ladies. Give me a second. And you don't have to tell anybody, okay? Oh, Scotty, what did you say? What did I miss? How many what? It is common in Hawaii to have large families. Mildred, you've been married 46 years. Congratulations, Mildred. That's awesome. Night, Trish. Mildred, that's super awesome. That's amazing, Mildred. That is amazing. Amazing. Married for, that's great. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, I'm liking all these tags. I'm liking them. I mean, they need more stuff on them. I just don't know what to put on them. I usually have a whole pile of collage bits, but I don't know. How did I get over here with no collage bits? But I did. Got here with no collage bits. I made some painty papers, and I had painty papers, but I don't know. All kinds of like little bits and pieces. So that's amazing, Mildred. We're really happy for you. Good night, Trish. Big hugs, Trish. Helen just had her 41st anniversary, and her daughter has a 13-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter. And she just got remarried, and you're hoping she'll wait a while. All of you love babies. I love babies too. The blue one does kind of look marbleized, doesn't it? It's just the way the I don't know how many. You guys, somebody tell Joyce how long she's been married. You're married 23 years, Dawn? That's awesome. It does look marbleized, so you're right. It really does. It's just the way the spray ink worked on it, I think. I think it is just the way the spray ink worked. Just the way the spray ink. Do you guys fiddle around with yours, like when you're making tags? Do you fiddle around with it till you, I mean, it takes a while till you like what it is and where it is. At least for me it does. Maybe it doesn't for you guys. I don't know. Were you guys, there was a group I'm in and they were doing a white on white challenge. Did you ever see that? You've been married 31 years, Joyce. That's off 41 years? How old is everybody? I'm 53, Carrie. Does that help? I'm 53. Hi, Judy. Welcome. I am 53, Miss Carrie. Not that age matters, but I'm 53. Amberly, you're a baby. Scotty, you're 29. Oh, awesome. Oh, you guys are so funny. You guys, I thought I was a year older a couple of years ago. The tall part was supposed to go to a messenger. What, the tall, this one? Are you talking about something else? I missed what you said. You wouldn't think I was that old? I'm old. You're baby. Scotty and you're the same age. Okay. Samantha, no, so I thought that, so for a long time, well, Alta, you've been married 34 years. That's awesome. Your oldest daughter turns 29 tomorrow, Dawn. Oh, congratulations. So I thought I was like 52 or 50. Like, I thought I was 52 for like the whole year, and I was only 51. It was something stupid like that, or I thought I was like going to be 53, and I only turned 52. I said, I do use, some of them have gesso, and some of them have, I use gesso, and then I also use cheap paint, like this really cheap 50-cent paint. Any color. Try to buy every color of white they have. Yeah, the glue adheres to it. I glue it with, I'm using this glue. I like using glue stick, but you could use wet glue if you wanted. This glue adheres to it. And then I paint on them. I mean, I paint over it too. Like all these have been, this is glued down with a glue stick. Can you see it? I can't tell if you can see it. It's like part of a page that I painted. It's glued down. They're all glued down with glue stick. And then I paint over them, and these are all like Pop-Tart boxes and cereal boxes. Amberly, we've all parented for a long time. Oh, my favorite Leah's going to be 21. You know, that was my dad's birthday in September. I will remember Leah's birthday now. Well, happy birthday. Who's having birthdays coming up soon? I know Scotty Scotty just had a birthday, and Brenda had a birthday, and I think Lisa had a birthday, right? Whose birthday's coming up in September? Any of you mama's birthdays coming up in September? Any of you craft and mama's birthdays coming up in September? She's off with her young man tonight, Dawn. Aww. Ha ha. Frida, you can say that again. You can say that again. You can say that again. Absolutely. You got that one right, Frida. Although at the time when you're having kids, you don't even think about it. You just do it, and you're just like in sort of a fog or something. I don't know. At least I was. Maybe you guys weren't, but I was. Happy birthday. Whose birthday's coming up? Delana's birthday's coming up. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yours is Monday, Alta? Happy birthday, Alta. I just wanted to know whose birthday's coming up soon. That's all. Well, happy almost birthday to you too, Dawn. Oh, Amberly, I think it's natural. Oh, happy birthday, Edna. Edna, how's our friend Susan? How's she doing? And how's her sweet hubby? That's a good birthday, Carrie. Were you going to do something special? I love birthdays. I do. I love birthdays. She's okay. She's hanging in there. Oh, good. I sent her a message. You know, I hope she's like okay. All right, all you lurkers out there, say hey. Say hey. You know, I do. After I do cover the backs of the tags, after they're totally dry, I mean, you don't have to. I kind of got messy with my gesso because I was gessoing them before our live stream. Did Fiona show up? I didn't see her. If she did, I'll tell her I'm sorry. Hi, Miss Grizzle. If you, you know what I often cover them with? I cover them with brown paper bags. If you guys have brown paper bags, hi, Quiet Country Creations. Tell us your first name. We're happy you're here. I cover them with brown paper bags, or if you know, coffee dye or tea dye paper, you could cover them with that, or you could paint over them on the back if you wanted. Hi, Tammy. If you wanted to cover them on the back, you could. I usually put some sort of paper, though. I usually, with, glue it down with glue stick. Gesso is like it's like a substance that you paint on something to give it tooth or give it something to paint on. It covers up stuff. It's like a primer. I have a bottle of it. Let me see if I have it close by. You can buy any type of gesso, but it's generally for priming canvases or painting on something. This is what it is. This is Liquitex gesso. But you can use anything. It's sort of like got marble dust and paint, and I don't know what are all the ingredients in gesso, you guys. I haven't made homemade gesso. Patty makes his own homemade gesso, but I don't. So I don't see the point to it. Hi, Karen. Hi, Jean. You live 15 minutes from Hobby Lobby. I think that would be the death of me. I would be there. I would have more stuff than I ever needed. You guys, when I say I have an overabundance of supplies, I primarily mean of my trashy goodness. You know, my books and my paint papers and stuff like that. The one that says it's PVA glue, water, and marble dust, plus paint. You need to have paint in it if you want it to be white. You can paint it, make it black, you can make it white. They even have clear gesso if you want it. Yeah, it's part glue, part water, part paint. You can do a final coat of gesso on the front when you're done, but that's only if you want to mask something up. I mean, unless you used clear gesso. Unless you did clear gesso. Does that help, Lola? If you want clear gesso. And then you could put clear gesso, like say I like this and I wanted to not have anything get on this, or, you know, not let the next layer cover it up. I could take my clear gesso, like, because I've been using inks and it's just paint, you could take clear gesso and paint over it, and then the inks wouldn't run into the paper, it would allow layering. So, no, it's not necessary if you don't if you don't want to use it, but I like it. Your husband almost threw away your cracker box. I know, right, Alta? You're like, you're answering me out loud. Hey, it's good. It's awesome. That's awesome, awesome. So I get into these tag tangents. Some of them I'm like really in love with. I like the color palette of these. These are not the same color palette as the last ones that I made. Remember that week that I made all blue ones? I don't know. You guys, I definitely should go get myself some other colors of paint. But I haven't. Because I told you I was trying to use it up. Use it up. Yeah, any color can be used for your gesso. But I personally just, you know what, I buy it. You can make your own gesso, but can I tell you something? Try it. You can buy a really small bottle of gesso, but buy a nice brand of gesso. Like Liquitex or like, oh, I guess I can't even think. My head's not thinking today. Anyway, buy a name brand gesso and try it out. You can buy cheap gesso too, but when you've used really nice gesso, you see the difference in the quality. And all that is really not just the marble dust, but it's the mixture of the paint and how gritty it is. That's all. That is all. That's all. But it's good. You mean, look, you don't have to use gesso. You do need to use gesso on a porous surface like a canvas. You know, it's the primer that you would use for painting on a canvas. Noni, you and Susan gonna meet up at Michael's? I'm so jealous. You guys are all getting to meet each other. I'm jealous. You guys are getting to meet each other. You know, the reason you would use gesso, Lola, on a canvas is because it's porous. And you need to prime your canvas and you need to put multiple layers of gesso so that when you paint on it, your paint isn't absorbed into the canvas so that you could actually paint on it, right? Blend your paints and what have you. In paper, it's usually to mask, like when I use it on these pasta boxes or this sort of thing, it's to mask the whatever's underneath. And you probably should go ahead and sand it, but I didn't sand it. You know what I mean? Sand your tags or sand your thing, but I didn't sand it. It'll stick better if you sand it. Any surface that's not any surface so that your paint stays on it. But these are like tags, so I didn't do it. Not that there's anything wrong with gessoing a tag. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. When you see Wally World, you go crazy. You know, you have to do multiple layers to get coverage, Lola. It's like, and with everything, it's different, you know? And like if you were, most of the time with acrylic paint, you don't even need to gesso because acrylic paint is opaque, right? So it's not going to give you, but when you're painting over these tags, the printing underneath the boxes sometimes bleeds through, which doesn't bother me. But you saw, what is this? Like this one's a Pop-Tart box, right? So you can see, even though I've painted it, you can still see the Pop-Tart part coming through. You know what, Wendy, Scotty can tell you how to comment on a tablet. I can't tell you because I don't know. Scotty can totally tell you how to comment on a tablet. Oh no, there's people in our chat, Pat from Minnesota. There are people from Minnesota. There are people. You know, it's up to you, Lola. You don't have to get gesso. You can, if you wanted to sand your boxes and then just put a cheap acrylic paint, you can do that too. The gesso just has like a grit to it because they put that marble dust or chalk or something in it. I mean, different gessos have different things in them. Read up on your gessos. I mean, you can go online and like look at a gesso comparison. You ready for bed, Beth? Good for you. You sand your boxes, Carrie? You can. It's always good if you wanted to use a light, a grit, a light, fine grit sandpaper on your boxes. It does give it it roughs it up. But you still need some sort of, unless you don't mind your stuff coming through, you need that. Night, Beth. I hope you sleep good. You're older than dirt. You're not older than dirt. You are not older than dirt. Cassandra says she has a video on making clear gesso. So go watch Cassandra's video on making clear gesso. There's lots of them on YouTube. But you know what? The thing is if you've never used it, buy yourself some gesso before you make it. Then you'll be able to see the difference. It's like when you buy especially you can buy a really small bottle of gesso. You don't use it on every single thing, right? You can get a small one, and if you guys live near one of those big box stores or one of those stores where you get like the 50% off coupon, I mean, I don't have that luxury, but some of you guys do, right? Where you get the 50% coupon off of things, and then you have all that, you do all that, right? So I think that's cool. I like that idea. 50% off of stuff. Cassandra uses clear, she Bible journals, and so she uses clear gesso over her pages in her Bible so that she can Bible journal. So, guys, I have all that stuff out in the garage and where Hottie's painting stuff is. Nice products we share, like we share gesso, we share matte medium, that sort of stuff, because it's like neither one of us use it enough to, although he does when he's really painting, he'll use a lot of gesso. But then he may make his own at the point. He does make his own stuff, but honestly, I have a bottle of it. I think it was like $8 for this bottle of gesso, and I've had it for, I don't know, a while, and it works, and I use it all the time on my tags, on stuff like this. If I was going to be making big paintings like he does, I might do what he does, make his own. That's right. Eva's from Minnesota, and Tina's from Minnesota. Don lives in Florida. Well, Marcy's sometimes here, Sarita, and she's from South Africa. Your birthday, September 3rd, Beth. Happy birthday, Beth. Happy birthday. I am patting. I'm just trying to, I don't have my pages here, you guys. I was just like looking to see like what am I going to put on this. Like I like collaging on them more than painting on them, but they need a little of all of it. They need a little bit of all of the painting and the collaging. They need collage and paint. They need paint and collage. I think Charlie might start crying because all the kids were outside and they didn't take her. They wanted to go, my little one wanted to go swimming. They are able to have a pool and she didn't want to take the dog swimming. So I guess the dog, when she gets wet, kind of goes crazy and runs around. She likes to get wet, but she goes crazy and runs around and acts like crazy. I live in Hawaii. I live in Maui. Valerie lives on Oahu, and I live on Maui. We both live in the Hawaiian Islands. Cassandra says Michaels has a 50% app on right now for all of you fancy shoppers out there that want to have a little Michaels shopping fix. You can get gesso at Michaels. I think you can probably get it at Joann's too if you were going to buy it. The 50% coupon online. Sounds like a deal to me. Because I don't buy anything online from there because it all seems like a good deal, but then the shipping here will eat you. So it's always better for me to buy it on Amazon Prime. Do you find that too, Valerie? Do you need a vacation, Lola? Reel it in, Amberly. Is that what you're telling me? And then they have an additional 20% off. Woo! That's awesome, Dawn. You know, all I can say is that I'm in the right place for myself because, you know, even though I don't need anything, I would go in there and I would buy something, even though I don't need it. None of you are like that, right? You don't go and buy stuff you don't need. Ha ha ha. No, my question was, do you buy stuff online, Valerie? Or do you just buy it from Amazon, or do you buy anything from like Michael's or Joann's? I don't, because every time I go to, I always think it's a good idea, and whenever they have sales and you can get coupons, but the shipping here eats up the sale, so I just don't do it. You went there and you bought something you didn't need, Dawn. See? It's like, we are ridiculous, yes? I really need very little. I promised myself I'm going to use up my stuff. My goal is to use up my stuff. I'm going to try to use up my stuff, and then I don't know. You can relate, Grace? Oh, your husband took you when he got you dinner afterwards, Dawn? That's awesome. Awesome. You guys, I look at my stuff, all the stuff I have. I don't know. I really don't need much of anything. I mean, I like things, but there's a couple of things that I want to get, but other than that, and it's not very much. Like, I want to get one of those really tiny glue bottles, you know, that has like the glue, the small glue. It looks like it's a batiking bottle, but it's for glue, where people use it for glue. I want to get that. What else do I want? I don't know. That's why it's good that I don't live near a crafting store. Because if I live near a crafting store, it might be worse. You know, it really might be worse. I might find myself, like, really needing things that I don't even know that I need. Can anyone relate to that? Needing things you don't know you need? Haha. I have to use what I have. You guys, can I tell you, this whole thing of cleaning out my stuff, and first of all, having to move everything out of my little tiny craft space, I was fitting stuff in parts of my crafting room that really stuff didn't fit. Do you know what I mean? So I took it all out, and then when I had it out, it's still I brought some of it back in, but some of it's still in the garage. What did you say, Samantha? She says she needs every single thing she bought at Michael's today, and that's her story, and she's sticking to it. Perfect. Oh, Pat, I hope you feel better. I haven't bought anything from Jerry's Artarama in a long time. When I lived on the mainland, I did. The other place that often gives, there's a couple places that give free shipping. Dick Blick will with a certain purchase amount, and it changes all the time, and they have coupons too. And Canvas Corp Brands gives free shipping. I don't know if they give free shipping outside of the U.S., but they give free shipping to places in the U.S., and I've bought things from them. That's who sells Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists, right? But I don't know about anywhere else. And I don't know, does Joann's or Michael's ever do free shipping? Probably not, right? Right, I've got these blue tags and I don't have anything to go on them. It's like, seriously? How can I not have anything to go on them? You guys, the dog's trying to get out. Here's the kid's laughing and he wants to get out. I love using, you guys, I like using what I have. And I realized, like, one of you guys said something to me the other day, like, why do I always use book pages and magazine pages and pasta boxes and stuff like that? Because I like that aspect of what we do. But every single thing that I do, you can do with scrapbooking paper or watercolor paper or different kinds of art paper. You don't have to, just because I have my own obsession with this, have to do what I do. You know, you can find your own tangent. I mean, you guys have craft stores and craft supplies galore. I don't have that. So that's part of the reason that I use what I have. And part of the reason I enjoy doing it is because then I'm like, I don't feel like I'm beholden to anything. Like, it's like not a big deal if I didn't have it, and it's okay. Like, it's okie dokie. They need some more things, but I'm going to have to find my collage back, my little folder that has papers in it. Beth says Dick Blick has a free catalog, and they have things like glue and what else was cheaper? Glue's cheaper and something else. I went by too fast. Sandra says Joann's does free shipping sometimes. It does, but it doesn't to Hawaii. So it does to the mainland. I like junk mail, Carrie. I really do. I'm a little obsessed with it. I got some cool envelopes. Where did I get today? Where did I put them? All right, look at these envelopes that I got today from the mail. These weren't even from my mail. Remember I told you my friend saved me mail? So look at these. These are, I don't know what I'm going to use them for, but look at these. Are 3 different ones. I'm loving them. I'm liking the patterns. Don't you think they're cool? The inside of the security envelope. You're a full-time crafter, Beth? Good. You're so funny. Well, Sarita, you've been up all night. I'm sorry. We keep you awake, don't we? If your family, you couldn't collect junk on top of what you have, your family would disown you. I totally get it. I like security envelopes. I don't like all junk mail. I mean, I use it. I like most junk mail. There's some that I don't keep because I kind of discern, right? But I like that. Carrie says she saved too much in the last month and she has to stop saving for a while. Don't save, Carrie. Use it. So now do it like I'm going to do. Use it or lose it. Use it or lose it. That's what I'm doing. So I recycled a bunch of boxes, but I cut up all these in tags. So I have like a whole little, one of those little shoe boxes filled with tags. Some painted on, some not. Yeah, you can make some really cool flowers with security envelopes. Absolutely. They make really cool stuff. Tammy's been donating some of her supplies. That's awesome, Tammy. Sarah says, hi, Sarah. Sarah says she uses recycled stuff because she doesn't want to use her good stuff. Now, Sarah, use your good stuff, too. Use your good stuff, too. It's like the good china that you never use. You got to do it. These are die cut, Lola, but you can cut these. These are just a rectangle, and if you have a regular hole punch that you can buy for under $1 at an office supply store, just notch the corners and poke a hole, right? But I do have a die. I have a die cutting machine. I do. I didn't forever, but I do. I've had one for a few years, and I enjoy it. But I'm a little obsessed with, like, I like tag dies. I like tab dies. I don't know. I have a bunch of dies. Yeah, you know what I do, Carrie, is I'll just cut all my tags. I'll cut them all, and then I'll have I have a box that's just got all this in it, right? And then I take them out by if I'm going to do, I've sat with you guys and done a bunch of tags tonight, but most of the time what I would do is I would maybe just do them a couple at a time. Yes, all different sizes. Good job. I like that. Your full-time job gets into your crafty way, Dawn. Oh, I can relate. Yeah, I have some that I save for journal covers. You know, little tiny like boxes that I've saved for journal covers. And then those I have like this, you know, like where I put on my painty papers on it. My painty papers. So this was, I don't remember what box it was. I made this with you guys, but I don't remember the box. You guys will have to go back and look at it. Oh, this was a bouillon box, I think, a chicken bouillon cube. No? I don't know what it was. And then this was, I think, a Jiffy cornbread box. I think it was. But, so I have these like little journal covers. I haven't put any papers in them, but that'll be fast if I do. Just cut the pages and go. Hey, I totally understand. I do have some steel rule dies. You know what, Cassandra? I have a Big Shot. I don't know what kind of die cutting machine you have. I think you said you have a Cuttlebug or a Silhouette. You can use them in a Cuttlebug. You cut tags when your hands aren't hurting, Pat? I hear you. You know what? I think there is, I'll find the link to this. I don't remember her channel, but there is a YouTube crafter, and I love her. I haven't seen her in a long, long time. But she cuts all of her tags by hand, and she does very intricate, fun cuts. And it's really nice. You'll enjoy seeing her, but you do have to fussy cut. You know, Luana, I've never tried a thin die on cardboard, but you know it must, because I think that Dee has the thin dies, and she cuts tags from like soda boxes with it. I don't know if it'll cut thick cardboard though. That you'd have to ask somebody else. Oh my gosh! If you guys saw how much I calamaried today, you guys, I let go of so much stuff, and I didn't even know because we have these closets out in our garage that have stuff in them. I didn't even know what was in it. And I helped a friend of mine move a couple of years ago, and she was stressed out about moving. And she said, "Oh, can I keep some things at your house?" And I guess I put them in those closets. Come over here. Come here. Come here. I can't reach you. Come here. Come here. The dog is crying. Come here. Come here. She wants to go outside because the kids are playing. Anyway, so if you have a Big Shot, Cassandra, they make really great Bigz dies, B-I-G-Z dies, and look and see if you can find them. The dog, get over here. Look and see if you can find them. Oh, I do feel better, Pat. Are you kidding? So what I was telling you before the dog interrupted me. I can't. My friend gave me a bunch of stuff to keep for her. Like, oh, I'll come back and get it. And she never came back to get it. And I called her and I said, "Do you want this stuff?" And of course, it's been in my garage 2 years. And that I didn't even remember it was there until I started cleaning out the closets out there. And it's boxes and boxes of stuff. And she said no. So I hauled. I can't even tell you. I didn't even look in the boxes. And I just took it to the first store. It took like enormous boxes, like maybe 10 or 12 boxes to the first store. Come here. Come, Pop. The dog's crying because she wants to go outside, and the kids are all swimming in a pool, and they didn't want to take her. So now she's sitting here. She should sit here and cry with me. Yeah, say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say, this is me, Charlie. This is me, Charlie Pup. This is me, Cry Girl. And I'm crying. So I had that. So that made a whole lot more room for me, and I miss what good cooked friends are. You guys are missing it. You have to be careful cutting cardboard because you can break your machine. You know, Tammy, I cut cardboard all the time. I don't necessarily cut really thick cardboard, but I cut, you know, what you see here, these little thin cardboards. I've cut thicker cardboard. Now, I haven't used it with thin dies, but I've used it with, those big dies. You know, the thick ones, the really fat, thick ones. Oh, I don't want to know. I said, you watch vampires all day and you're never going to go back to New Orleans? Oh, you're so funny. Tammy, you know what? I've had this machine, I want to say 4 years, maybe longer. And I have cut cardboard in it from day one. I've cut real card. I've like thick cardboard, like the cardboard, like that postage boxes that you get, Amazon boxes, postage boxes. I've cut these boxes. I've cut chipboard. But I use those big, the really fat dies. You know, I don't have one close by, or show it to you. And I have never had an issue. Oh, thin dies and cardboard? Oh, I haven't used thin dies. No, I haven't used that. But I've used the big ones. You guys, she thinks she's a bird, so she's sitting on my shoulder. You have a big sister crossover machine? Good for you. Well, Amberly, that's awesome that you chatted with her. Cassandra says that if you follow the directions, it's okay because she's been cutting cardboard for over 20 years. In your big shot? You know what? I've used the big dies, the big fat ones. I've cut fabric. I've cut felt. I've cut multiple layers of cardstock, junk mail, cardboard, chipboard. I've cut plastic. I've cut aluminum. I have cut aluminum using thin dies too. The fat dies are called steel cut rule dies, are called steel rule. Okay. I just know them as big dies. You're so funny, Grace. She saw a cute zombie, took a snapshot. She didn't think they were interested in her. They were cute. You're so funny. A vagabond's the same thing. A vagabond I have a vagabond and I have a big shot. And then I have a really tiny, one of those little tiny thin die cutting machines too. One of those like little super small ones. I showed it to you guys. It's like about that big. I haven't. Kimberly, what's a die cutting machine? It's been your Christmas wish. I'm going to tell you guys, look on Craigslist. And they have a thing that's like Craigslist. If you Google all of Craigslist, like, or how to search all of Craigslist, it'll show you how to search. It gives you like one Craigslist or something like that. And it'll search all of the Craigslist in the US. And you can find people that will sell their die cutting machines, especially those big Sizzix machines, for very little. And even shipped to you, it is going to be cheaper than buying a new one. That being said, if you look around, you can get them on sale. That's cool to know, Cassandra. I didn't know that. She's talking about die cutting machines that that steel cut roll dies were sold through to schools, and then they branched out and started selling them to the public. The only difference between a regular Big Shot and a Big Shot Plus is the size, paper, and things that you can put through it. But Sarah, honestly, I don't know what your craft is. The dies can be much more expensive for a Big Shot Plus if you only want dies that work for it. So just look, I mean, what are you going to make with it? I'm telling you, look. So I wanted, anyway, to make a very ridiculous long story short, I wanted a certain die a couple of years ago, and it was out. It was sold out. On eBay, and I couldn't find it, and it wasn't even for me. It was for a friend. And so somebody told me about search all Craigslist, and it was this certain flower die. It was for a friend. She wanted it, and it was like a birthday present, and it had been discontinued. It was an old one. So I searched all of Craigslist, and I found a lady selling all of her dies, and she had a lot of them, and a Vagabond machine. Like the Vagabond's the electric one that looks like by Tim Holtz, or Tim Holtz designed. It's a by Sizzix, but Tim Holtz. It's the electric die cutting machine, and then so I got that, and I want to say, I don't know, 30 dies for $50. And the shipping, she shipped it to me. So the dies and the thing, and it fit in a. She shipped it to me in 2 boxes, 2 priority mail flat rate boxes. So I think the shipping was like $13 times 2, so $26. So for $76, I got a $200 die cutting machine and like 30 dies. And in those 30 dies was the one for my friend. So I felt like I won the lottery, and I use those dies all the time. So I'm just saying, look around. It was a steal of a deal, even with shipping. I mean, it was like I got these huge boxes of dies, and it was all because of this specific die for my friend, right? I know. And then the lady, like a couple months later, she messaged me. A couple months later, she messaged me, and she said, I found some more dies. If you pay the shipping, I'll send them to you. So then I said, sure, and I paid whatever, another $13 for shipping, and she sent me, like, I don't know, 20 more dies. Oh no, Amberly, you're gonna have to take it to be fixed. That's not good. Tammy? What are you sharing about your die cutting machine? I did win a deal on that. I did. The uppy downy thing is a technical term. Yeah, I guess so. All I'm saying is that don't be afraid. I mean, yes, and sometimes we'll say local sales only. Good night, Helen. Love you, Helen. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Scotty, the electric one is awesome. But the key is knowing what you can put in it and what you can't. And it's not difficult. You just have to read the instructions. And then they also have this thing called a Sizzix sandwich. And it's like this little book for like $2. And it tells you, like, you know, what platforms and all the things to put in it. Sherry, I think the shipping to you is crazy in Canada. I think you could probably find a used one where you are for cheaper than the shipping. Quiet Country. Oh, Jean, get that Sizzix sandwich. Look in them. Look at. I think it's called It's called a Sizzix sandwich. It's like a little book. Don't say sandwich in front of you, Susan. Hi, Kat. If you get it, they're like $2 or $3, and it will tell you every variable of kinds of dyes and shims and stuff that you need to use, and it's worth spending the $2 or $3 for the book. They may even sell them at Joann's or Michael's too, so look for it and see if you find it. But you can learn a lot on YouTube. No, but I want a sandwich. I really want a sandwich. So, They make the best fish tacos here in Hawaii. I have to tell you, I love fish tacos too. They're my favorite. The dog. Okay. I was holding her so she wouldn't cry. Now she's... Are your pants wet?
I didn't went all the way away. I just playing. I was just sitting on the edge.
Okay.
And the water just came in.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't.
Go take a shower. Sherry, do you have like any of those like, bye Scotty, Scotty, we love you. Thank you for your company. Good night, Scotty. Hope you sleep well. Sherry, I don't know if you have Craigslist or anything like that where you are, or whatever the Canadian version is. You should check it out. Okay, girls, let's do a little energy work and let's say goodnight, okay? So I want you guys all to put your feet on the floor. If you want to hang out for a minute or two, Scotty, I'm going to send you some aloha. You'll get it anyway, because I'll send it to you anyway, whether you stay or not. If you guys want to receive some special energy work, just say yes, and if you don't, just say no to yourself. And put your feet flat on the floor, and I want you to put yourself in your column of light. And for those of you just joining us first, just image yourself in a column of light. And the light wraps all the way around you, 6 feet in all directions. So when you look up, you can't see the top, and when you look down, you can't see the bottom. All right, lovely ladies, feel yourself in your column of light. Make sure your column of light is deep, deep, deep into the earth, and give your column of light beautiful tree roots. Allow your tree roots to go deep, far, and wide. Sink deeply, deep, deep, deep into the earth, and let's ask the earth if we can feel her energy and her love. And let's breathe in this energy, and I envision this as gold, but you can see, feel, think, or know this energy any way that suits you. Beautiful gold earth energy. Breathe it through your body, your feet, ankles, calves, knees, hips, thighs. Feel it in the base of your spine, lower abdomen, your navel center, your heart, rising up your back, down your shoulders, your upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, and out every finger. Feel this beautiful energy in your throat, filling your whole head and fountaining out the top of your head as high as you can imagine. Ready? Breathe it in. Breathe it in. And one more time, breathe it in. Call on the highest point of heavenly creation, cosmic, angelic energy. Call this energy in. I see it like diamonds, like little fireflies. Beautiful diamond light. Feel it filling your head, entering in the top of your head, filling in your head, your throat, shoulders, down your spine, your chest, your navel center, your lower abdomen, base of your spine, and feel it flowing down deep into through your legs and down in your tree roots. Ready? Breathe it in. And breathe it in. And I just want you to focus on your heart. I want you to breathe in and receive all of the love that the divine has for you. And on your exhale, I want you to open your window and let out anything that doesn't work for you. Ready? Breathe in the love. And exhale anything else. And breathe in the love. And exhale anything else. And breathe in the love. And exhale anything else. One more time. Breathe in and receive love. And let go of anything else. I want you to image something you'd like to have in your life. It can be anything. Something physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. Doesn't matter. Imagine that. Put that in the center of the circle with all of us. Receive this that you want. Breathe it in and receive it. And exhale and give it to the universe. Breathe it in, receiving. And exhale and give it to the universe. Breathe in good health. And exhale good health. Breathe in calm. And exhale calm. Breathe in peace. And exhale peace. Whatever it is that you feel, see, think, or know that you would like to have more of in your life, receive it in love and give it in love. And receive it in love and give it in love. And one more time, receive it in love and give it in love. Now focus on our group of people here, all of you lovely ladies, and let's receive the love that we're each sending to each other. And on the inhale and on the exhale, I want you to send it out to each and every one here and their loved ones and anyone that may need it at this moment. Ready? Receive the love and give the love. Receive the love and give the love. And receive the love and give the love. All right, my lovelies, tell me how you feel. Tell me what you feel, see, think, or know. Bye, Sarita. Love you, Sarita. You feel all sparkly inside and out, Nanny? Awesome. Awesome, Edna. I hope you have a blessed weekend. I hope we see you again, Lola. Come back and see us. We'd love to have you. You feel relaxed and loved? Awesome. You guys have a blessed weekend. Know that I'm always here for you, and always from my heart to your heart. I'm sending you guys so much aloha. So much aloha. And if you need an extra energy boost, come back and listen to the end of this and you'll receive that energy. It's always here. It doesn't leave. Have a blessed weekend, everybody. Oh, Tammy, I hope you feel better. Yeah, and join our Facebook group. Come over to Crafting Mamas. You don't have to be a paper crafter. You can be a sewer or a knitter or a potter. You can be anything that you enjoy doing. We welcome all crafts. We welcome all crafts. Oh, Pat, I love you so much, and I'm sending you so much love. And I want you to feel better, Pat. And know that we're all sending you so much love and for health and recovery, okay? I love you, girls. I want you to have a wonderful weekend. Post your crafty creations, whatever you make. And have a very safe and blessed weekend this weekend, okay? And I'll see you girls back on Tuesday. All right? Take care. And I'm always available if you want to come over to the Facebook group, Crafting Mamas. You can chat me there all the time. I'm Shelly Lynn in that group. Okay, love you, girls. Take care. Aloha.